Ringside Side Eyes with Jimmy Vibes.
You just want to talk wrestling and bullshit. We've said it. No, you're in the river, bitch. That's right, everybody. I'm back. Woof. I'm sorry, guys, for the week hiatus. I just had to get shit done. And then when I finally had the time to come and do the show, my computer was acting up doing ultimate shows on Broadway, winning awards. This computer, the shows that it does. It's like a fucking winner over here. It's just winning all kinds of awards. The Grammys, the Oscars, the Tonys. I can't. But I'm just happy that I'm back with you guys and we're here to talk some wrestling. But before we get into the jazz wrestling, I just want to thank you guys for the continued support that you guys pour into the show. I really appreciate that shit. And for the ones that haven't done it, what the fuck are you waiting for, bitch? Do I need to show up to your house and smack you around and literally or physically make you go and give me a review? Look at me threatening the listening crew. Nah, but come on, guys. The ones that haven't yet, please find the time to make your way onto YouTube and give me a review and rate the damn show, girl. You're sitting here, you listen to me for an hour and a half, or sometimes almost 2 hours, and yet in those 2 hours, you can't just give me a second and go over there and give me a review or a fucking 5 stars. Come on, guys. You can do that. Y'all can do better. But for the ones that have done that, I appreciate you. And I'm going to give you guys a shout out. L Boogie, 86, Bella K. Royce, Crash 1424, I Prince Vontae, Women's Wrestling, Preston KB, A. Zolansky, that one always gets me messed up, Sunday 94, and Diamonds by Rihanna. Yes, queen. So, a shout out to you guys for going over there and doing your due diligence and giving me a rating and leaving a review. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the, elite crew. Love you guys for doing what you're doing. And for the ones that haven't done it yet, boo, you whore. But once you head on over there and give me a review, you'll end up in the elite crew as well. But guys, now let's talk some wrestling. Oh god, girl, I really wanted to come in and talk about the Mae Young Classic last week, but this computer was off on Broadway winning Tonys. But I think it kind of works out this way because now I could give you a whole objective on how I feel about all of the girls after seeing some girls advance. I didn't have to wait for a week and then come back and tell you guys how I feel. So now I could give it to you guys all at once. And what I will do is I'll start talking about some of the girls that stood out to me. If I miss a girl, if I don't mention a girl, no shade to her. She's just somebody that didn't stand out to me. And it is what it is. But no shade. I feel like all of the women that participated in the Mae Young Classic fucking slayed. They all did the damn thing. So shout out to all of the girls for working hard and putting on such a great show for us fans. And never in my life did I expect that WWE would give us a women's wrestling tournament in that stature. Come on, guys. So I appreciate WWE for that, and I appreciate the talent that they recruited for it because those girls came to slayeth. So one of the girls that caught my look at first, or caught my attention, I should say, would be Vanessa Bourne. Vanessa Bourne, I don't know, there's something about that girl. I was always curious about her because I think she has a great look. I feel like her whole Samoan heritage is really neat for her because I haven't seen a Samoan girl that looks like her. Most of the Samoans are, they're bigger people. And, you have Naya, you have Tamina, who are bigger women. And she's more petite, so I feel like she would fit perfectly, pair it up with a Nia Jax or Tamina. And I love her usage of the headbutts. I loved her neck breaker. Is she green? Yes, the girl is green and she needs a lot of work. But like, she's just getting her feet wet, and she already caught my attention, so I think that's pretty cool for Vanessa Bourne. Another girl that I was, like, really curious about was Zeta. Ever since seeing her gear, I liked her gear for some reason. I don't know why, so I was excited to see her, and I think she did well. She's another one that's a little bit green. She's a little bit too jumpy. She needs to work on her entrance and stuff, but these are things that she can work on as she progresses in NXT. So it was cool to see Zeta as well. Shayna, who is a finalist. Jeez Louise. Like, me personally, I wouldn't make her a finalist, but I see why WWE is making Shayna a finalist in the Mae Young Classics is because of her background, her MMA background, and they want to push her as a legit fighter. So I can see why they're doing that, but she's not my pick to be in the finals, but I'm excited to see her match next week. But what I will say is I like her finisher because she can apply that on anybody, and she could do it anytime. I love the surprises throughout the rounds of the Mae Young Classics when she would apply that onto her opponents. I thought every single one of them was effective, and it looked really good and super strong. But speaking of strong, Jazzy. Oh, man. That match with her and Abby Lath in the first round was really, really good. She's super strong. This girl is powerful. And I loved her clothesline. I feel like she's very different. And she put on a good match with Abby. Speaking of Abby, I don't know how I feel about Abby, to be honest with you guys. I'm a little confused. I don't know what this gimmick is or if it even is a gimmick, but when her theme song comes out and then she does that whole bow stuff, I just get magical feels. I kind of feel like I'm watching Charmed. Like, some of you guys are too young. You guys probably don't even know what the hell Charmed is. It's like a TV show about three witches that happen to be sisters. But when I hear her theme song, I just get like an airy, fairy type of vibe. I don't know. And then the way that she looks, like with her gear and stuff, with the light pinks and the purple and the lilac, she just reminds me of like a fairy of some sort. But I feel like she's a good worker, but I'm not even gonna go there. But I feel like her finisher, it's not for me. Like, I get it, like, it's passed down from Mae Young, but Mae Young did that like back in the freaking 40s, like, where it's just not effective, and I don't like it. So maybe you guys might like it. Personally, I don't. It just is what it is. So I don't know how I feel about Abby Lath. To be honest, I feel like she needs a new gimmick, or maybe I got to see a little more of her and see what they're actually gonna do with her before I judge fully. But overall, she's a good worker, and she did well in the tournament, but she's not one of my favorites, but she stood out enough for me to mention her on here. Another girl, Toni Nese. Toni Nese, girl, I tried it. Toni Storm. Now, Toni Storm looks like she belongs with WWE. She just has that look, and she kind of reminds me of Jessica Simpson. She kind of looks like Jessica Simpson, but she's really talented. She has a lot of charisma. She really knows how to entertain a crowd, and bring out her personality in her matches. And I love how she incorporates her butt in her matches because the girl is bottom heavy. She is thick. She's like a snicker girl. She is thick, and that girl is chewy. But I like her. I'm not a fan of her in-ring work, to say. There's nothing that she does that really wows me, but overall I like her. I like her a lot, and she's one of the girls that I hope WWE signs. And she had some good matches on the tournament, especially the one with her and Piper. I thought that was a good match. But super cool. Really like her. Piper. Love Piper. Now that girl is fucking phenomenal. That girl can freaking move. She can move. Okay? And she could put on a match. Okay? And honestly, I feel like she's one of the girls WWE will sign, because that girl was working in these matches. And she had, I think she had 2 matches, I believe. No, 3 matches. And I think she lost her 3rd match. But that girl, her match with Serena Deeb was freaking bonkers. Like, out of this world. crazy good. And Serena did very well in her matches as well. And it was good to see Serena again. Like I at first when they announced her, it was a bit like lackluster, but once you see her performing again in the ring, it just brought back like what could have been of Serena. I was just thinking about like what she could have been back in the day, but great to see her. And I keep wanting to call her Viper, but Piper, she fucking slayed, girl. She was a big standout for me. Like probably one of my top three favorites. I really, really, really enjoyed her. Another girl that I enjoyed was Rhea, the Australian girl. Oh my God. Now that girl hits hard. She hits hard. She could move. She could jump high. She has reach. Fucking great look. I love her little spot on the ropes during her entrance when she just rocks her head like a rocker while she straddles the top rope. Really, really enjoyed that about her. And she put on a great match. And she had a match with Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai is another one that I just freaking well, at first she had a match with Miranda, and Miranda's one of the girls that I was really looking forward to see, and I think Miranda did really well, and she was a bit solid in this match against Rhea, but you know, she lost. She got out the first round. Another girl that was eliminated the first round that took me by surprise was Kaylee Ray. Now that was a bit of a surprise because I really love her finisher. It's just really good, and she's a good worker, but you know, they let her go early. Dakota Kai is just fucking dope. Period. Like, I like Dakota Kai. Great character, great worker. She's fast in the ring. I think she sells well. I think she would be a great babyface in NXT if they decide to go with her. I'm not a fan of her hair. Like, I get what she's trying to do, but she doesn't really need it, to be honest. And I like her name, Dakota. Like that's just a great ring name, I feel like. Zai, the Chinese girl that faced up against Shayna in the first round, that girl got some great combos. I like her. I think she's dope. She's pretty solid for a new girl. I like the fan. I love all of that. I love how she moves around with it, and it really shows you that she has control of these fans, and she's really in control of her body. Her combos are really, really sick, and I see why WWE brought her and Zeta into NXT, even though these two women have no prior experience to wrestling, but they have experience in other types of competitive sport type worlds where they come from, and it was really cool to see them transition into wrestlers and incorporate what they already know to what they're learning. So I think that's really, really dope, and it really showed with Zia, I can't pronounce her name, but fucking dope. Really, really cool. Another girl that was really super impressive to me that I kind of overlooked was Kavita. She was impressive. Are you kidding me? Like super impressive. Like throwing Dakota around, and she's freaking massive, but the woman can move and she can actually work. I was really surprised with her. So I honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if WWE throws contract her way, to be honest, because this woman was a great worker, and her match was really enjoyable to watch against Dakota. So I really like that. And another thing about Dakota, mentioning her, I like her finisher. I like how she runs from the corner. She runs to the side, like comes out of nowhere with these vicious kicks that she keeps hitting these chicks with out of nowhere. So I like Dakota, Kavita, and Zai, and Rhea. Those girls were like on freaking point. Sage Beckett. She's not a witch. She's a shaman. Girl, I love it. She's like a witch doctor. She's all about energy, and she feeds off energy. She could contact with the spirit world. So I like that type of gimmick that she has going on with her. And I believe she's Armenian. And she looks like a shaman, like not like the stereotype, not to be like, you know what I mean. She just fits the role. I liked her fingertips. I like how her fingertips are dark, like kind of like, you know, how you light a sage to bless a home. I thought that was really cool. I like how in her promo packages they put like smoke around there and stuff like that. I thought that was great. And I feel like she works really good in the ring as well. Now, my girl, who was my pick to win, Bianca Belair girl. This girl is such a natural in the ring. And, like, I agreed with Lita 100% when Lita was commentating throughout Bianca's rounds of in this tournament, saying that she can't wait to watch Bianca develop, because for a girl starting her career as high as she is, it's like, where else is she gonna go? That girl is fucking solid. Like, once she gets that psychology and gets comfortable in the ring and actually knows where she is in the ring, oh my god, because already, or like, it's hard for me to even say that now, because I felt like she was showing that dominance, the stage presence, like, Bianca just a fucking standout. And those hair whips, bitch, oh my god. She was whipping Kyrie with that hair. She whipped Sage with it. It was just amazing. Really? Like, it's crazy to call this girl a rookie. It's crazy to say she's a rookie at the stage she's in right now. But Bianca, girl, like, she's the one I was pulling for. A lot of you listeners know that that's my girl. But her final match was a standout for me with her and Kyrie. Like, I loved the match. I thought that match was great. I loved her 450 splash off the top rope, just visually perfection. Like, watching her hair move like that, her hair is like a legit weapon. Like, Bianca, everything get it all for her. Get it all for her. But the only thing I will say about Bianca is that I kind of wish she would switch up her outfit a bit. Like, if she could switch it up a bit, it would be great. Because I'm not really a fan of her gear. I feel like something else can suit her better. But, this is, girl, like, really, your gear is your biggest issue. Like, not even a big issue, because it's cute. It's just, I don't know, it looks like a baby face's attire. It doesn't look like it would go with Bianca Belair, but I like she has the tattoos with the kisses on the back of her neck, so I can see how that can mesh. But I super dope, like one of my favorites, absolute favorites. Another girl that really stood out for me was Lacey. Now, Lacey looked strong in this tournament, super strong. This woman is athletic, she's smart, she's disciplined, and all of that showed throughout this tournament. I see exactly why WWE is high on her. I see exactly why they're high on her. And she's somebody that her and Bianca Belair feuding in NXT, I feel can bring us back that feel of when we had Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha in NXT. I really feel like her and Bianca Belair can really bring that back for us, because these are our homegrown girls that WWE took in and trained. And I really think that in NXT they really blossom, so I can't wait for them to put the rocket on them and send them to the moon. Another girl that's been grafted from NXT, Tainara, the Brazilian girl, really impressive. She has those great tosses. The judo really showed in her moveset. For a little girl, throwing Lacey around like that was pretty impressive. I like that they keep building her as a black belt. But for a little girl, she's a black belt and she's super strong and she's swinging Lacey's big ass like that. It's crazy. Super, super crazy. I like how she put Lacey on her back and then swung her from the side and then slammed on the back. Like, really, really impressive. Like, that girl is she just got it. It's crazy. So I can't wait to see her progress. Now, bitch, this is probably, oh my god, this is tough. I can't pick a favorite match, but I will tell you my top 3 favorite matches. I'll do that for you guys. But Tessa Blanchard and Kyrie both did so well. It was so hard to see them both face each other in the first round. Like, that's crazy. Like, come on, WWE, how can you knock off 2 of the top prospects that you guys recruited for this so quickly? Like, one of them had to go. It was just so crazy. But like, the match was super dope. Like, Kyrie's blockbuster. Shout out to Tessa's man, Ricochet, because I loved that spot that she borrowed from her man in the corner when she hit the forearm and then followed up with the knee to the face. Like, that was super dope. That was nice. And I liked her senton, which was picture perfect. Another homage to her man. Like, Tessa was just on fire. That match was super, super great. And it was just so sad to see her go the first round. So sad. Definitely on my top 3 of favorite matches. Like, Tessa fucking slayed. But Kyrie went through this whole mission through these girls. Kyrie was just killing it and killing it and killing it. Every match that girl had was a standout. And that's a lot to say, because there was a lot of matches. And Kyrie's matches were always top tier. Now this girl is just ready to go. She's so cute. But yeah, she's deadly. She just reminds me of those bunnies, and then when you touch them they turn evil, like the Snapchat filter. Like, that's what Kyrie reminds me of. She's super intense in the ring, but yeah, so wholesome and sweet and cute, but dangerous. I loved her elbows. The girl is just, she's the fucking shit. She knows what she's doing in this fucking ring. She really does. So her and Tessa were definitely my favorite match. One of my top 3. Another one I'd have to give it to Kyrie and Bianca Belair. Super dope. I love that match. And then the other match I'd have to say would have to be Serena Deeb and Piper. I just love that match. Those are my 3 personal favorites, guys. I'm sure you guys have your own favorites. I'm sure you guys found other matches that were better than the ones that I said, that you feel. It's fine, because all of the women slayed. Like, slayed. I know I didn't name everybody that was in the tournament. I know that. And I know that maybe I didn't name your favorite, but that's okay. And if they didn't progress, it's fine, because they had that opportunity to shine. Like Tessa, I'm okay, because Tessa had her moment, and her match, even from the first round, is still a standout in this Mae Young Classic. So it was super dope. I can't wait until next week. We have the finals. It's between Shayna and Kyrie. And to be honest, I don't know who WWE is gonna go with. I don't know. I know it's an hour show, so I don't know how are we gonna get other matches? Like, what's the tea? What is the tea? But I'm super, super excited to I keep saying that, super, super excited, but I am. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week, and especially after this finishes. Who's WWE gonna sign? Who we gonna go with? Super, super exciting things, guys. But so much to discuss today. And guys, I can't do it alone, so I'm gonna call in one of my friends. Somebody you guys are familiar with. He did a show with me a week ago. Sam Pelly, the brand. You guys already know. So I'm gonna bring him on, and I'm gonna ask him some questions about the Mae Young Classic. I want to know who stood out for him, and who were some of his favorites, and who was he surprised that got eliminated. So let's just bring on Sam Pelly, the brand. Oh. Well, hello, Sam Pelly, the brand. What's up?
Hi, Mama. I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm alright. I'm knackered. Bloody knackered.
You're knackered?
Knackered, yeah. Exhausted.
Oh, girl.
Done in.
That ain't nothing new. The listeners know you love to be naked.
No, knackered, not naked.
Oh.
Knackered is like tired and sleeping.
Alright, I got you.
I've been decorating, and I've been to a trampoline house tonight, so...
I've noticed on your Snapchat, I was like, what is Sam Pelly, the brand, up to?
Yeah. Just doing some home renovations.
Look at you, the handyman.
Oh god, no, I'm trying, but it's not really working.
Well, Sam, I'm so glad to have you on with me. I just gave a quick little rundown of the Mae Young Classics on my thoughts on what I thought, and some of my favorites, and some of my one of my most fond memories of the tournament so far. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about the Mae Young Classic, and just to get a different opinion from another person. And I'm gonna assume that you watched the last 8 episodes, right?
Of course I have.
From a scale of 1 to 10, how did you feel about the whole tournament?
8.
An 8? Oh, that's pretty high. I didn't even rate it yet. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your reason for 9, though?
My sole reason, because I feel like the whole tournament was freaking phenomenal. Like,
Yes, agreed.
like so good. But my only thing is, I don't like the finalists. But
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, my rating is because of that as well. Like similar-ish.
now, can you tell me some of your favorites? Name out some standout girls for you.
Okay, well, obviously your girl Bianca.
Oh, really? She's your number one standout?
From the whole tournament, I'm gonna say yeah.
Wow, amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Very, very closely followed, though, by Rhea Ripley.
Yes, she was a good standout as well.
She was incredible. I really enjoyed Toni Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not friends with Toni Storm right now because she cheated me, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I did tell you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, that she was supposed to be at a show that you were at, but she pulled out.
Yeah.
Well, now you know why.
And now I know what you did, Tony. I know what you did to me. Yeah, I thought Tony was great. I thought Piper was great.
Oh, Piper she's my top 3. My top 3 faves.
Who else was really good? I really enjoyed Tessa Blanchard. I thought she did great against Kyrie. Kyrie was obviously brilliant, not gonna lie.
That was expected.
Yeah, this was the first time though I've seen a lot of Mercedes Martinez, and I was impressed. I really did like her. I thought she was great. Candice LeRae was great as well. Nicole Savoy was brilliant. Really liked her. I didn't expect to like her as much as I did.
With the whole Mercedes and Nicole Savoy thing, and just the Shayna thing, I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like all 3 of them are kind of the same person.
Yeah, I get that, but they have different aspects. Personally, I don't rate Shayna, and I'm probably going to get slated for this, but I just do not rate her as a performer, to be honest. I'm not a fan of it when they go from actual MMA to wrestling, but like, and then it's really contradictory because like if it's wrestling to MMA, it's different. They're learning how to be actual contact.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the kind of learning not to be. I'm just not a fan of it. It's just not. Me personally, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, the reason why I'm not a fan of it either, why I rated it a 9, for the only reason because of Shayna being in the front, is because they kind of like make it seem like MMA is superior of wrestling. Like wrestlers can't contest to somebody with her skills, which is believable, but our wrestlers are superheroes. You know what I mean? Like that's what they try. We want to see them overcome odds like that. That's why when it, like for me, for the finals, I'm kind of on Kyrie's side. I want Kyrie.
Oh no, I'm on Kyrie's side as well, but I feel like
no disrespect. No disrespect to Shayna, because I feel like she did her thing. She filled her role. I just feel like WWE is just sucking the MMA dick too fucking much. You know what I mean? It's like, calm down. It's okay.
Especially having that little like exclusive outside in the car park and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would have had
the Horsewomen.
I would have had her Mercedes maybe round 2 and had Mercedes eliminate her. To be honest, like her trainer, I feel like it would have made more sense.
Do you feel like when the 32 got announced, it was ridiculously obvious that Kyrie and Shayna were going to be the final 2?
To be honest, I didn't think Shayna was going to make it.
Yeah, I honestly thought when they did it, it was going to be Kyrie and Santana.
Santana, that's the girl I forgot to mention. She was pretty good. She was strong, but
I feel like she was just there to fill a spot.
Yeah,
Who was really good?
She was overlooked.
Rachel Evers.
Rachel Evers. You know, I've never been a fan of hers. I'm
not a fan, but I was actually really impressed by her. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna bring up the list of girls now and see who is around.
Did you like Miranda?
Okay, so I have an issue with Miranda.
What is it? Tell us.
So one of my favorite like indie girls, like, especially with the UK, is Nixon Newell. And she was supposed to be in the tournament.
Oh, Nixon. Yes, I know who she is.
Yeah, but she was injured. So I'm not mad about that. But she got replaced by Miranda Salinas.
Okay, because she was injured.
There were 5 other alternates who I think would have been so much better.
Like Barbie Hayden.
Barbie Hayden, Deonna Purrazzo, Jessica James, Lady Tapper, and Nicole Matthews. And I think Lady Tapper should have replaced her.
They already had big girls, so I feel like that's why.
But you could have still got rid of her in the first round, though. Or Deonna Purrazzo as well.
We've seen too much of Deonna Purrazzo. I was glad to see other women.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see Lady Tapper in it. But like Miranda Salinas, I thought she was a bit naff, to be honest.
I like her.
What?
I think she has potential. That's all I'll say. I think I watched matches of her outside of the Mae Young Classic, and I feel like she has potential.
Yeah, she does. She really, really does. Thingy was great as well. I'll be like.
See, now that's one girl I can't connect with. Like, I don't like her finisher. I was in.
Oh God, no! I'll be honest there. I do not like the finisher. To be really honest, I don't. I think it's a really naff pin.
It's just pointless.
Yeah, it's naff. It's rubbish.
And I get it. They want her paying homage to Mae Young, but Mae Young used to do that back in the old days. And, like, these girls now are more advanced, I feel like. They're more savvy. So to lose a match to a pinfall, like, really? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I like her gear. I like her theme song, but
I think she has one of the best theme songs that were on the whole event.
But there's not a connect for me. Like I just told the listeners earlier that I get like an airy, fairy, witchcraft vibe when she comes out, like kind of like just very fairy like.
The music seems very like Wonderland Beth Phoenix music.
You know what it reminded me of? You remember the TV show Charmed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a vibe of Charmed for some reason. I don't know. It was just
the theme tune to Charmed is by my favorite band.
Super weird. So let's talk about some surprises. Now, who was the most surprising elimination out of? I'll give you two slots. Who shocked you the most getting eliminated? I'll start off. I'll tell you one.
Yeah, go on.
Kaylee Ray was a big surprise to me. I did not see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
I was
she lost to
that masked girl, Princessa Sure.
Yeah.
And another one that was a bit of a shock to me was, I don't know. I think that was the only one that really, really surprised me. Even though I wanted Bianca Belair to win, but I was like, damn, her and Kyrie. I think they're gonna go with Kyrie. But I was kind of glad that they paired up Bianca with Kyrie because she got to get that amazing match out of it, a standout match. You get me?
Yeah.
So I was okay with it. But what was your shock?
My shock was probably Mia Yim going out to Shayna Baszler.
You know, that was a bit of a shock for me too, Mia Yim. And she's one of the girls I didn't mention to the listener. I know she has a big fan base, but that was a bit of a shock. And it kind of was quick.
Yeah, and with no disrespect to who I'm going to say, but I was surprised that Lacey Evans beat Taynara Conti because they were kind of bigging her up a lot.
Really?
Yeah, they were big in Taynara.
You're not a fan of Lacey?
No, I am a fan of Lacey. I think she's a good performer, but I just didn't expect her to win.
Well, I like Lacey, and I wanted her to win, so I think that's why I wasn't. I think overall, like, the eliminations, like, whatever, I think it was all down on the performance, to be honest. And another one that surprised me was when Dakota eliminated Rhea. That was a shocker.
I like Dakota. Dakota was brilliant as well. She's got a lot of potential.
The shocker for me was how far she got. I was like, wow, that was a big surprise.
Yeah, well, she beat Kavita the Indian lady. Kavita Divine.
Kavita, love her. I loved her.
I liked her. I don't want it to sound like negative now. But she was an Indian lady, and she was very tall. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of Kahali vibes.
That's her trainer. He trained her. Like, she trained in his school in India.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
Yes, and I
thought was a bit naff?
Who?
There was two people that I thought were actually really naff. Aisha Raymond kind of annoyed me as being, like, the only English representation. Not Scottish, like, English one.
I blame WWE for recruiting her.
Do you?
I blame them. Because naff means what? Horrible or good?
Naff is rubbish.
Yeah, like,
sorry. I don't say it all the time. Sorry.
Because she is what she is. You know what I mean? She didn't do anything different coming into here. She performed the way that she performs. I feel like WWE choosing her out of all of the women in the UK, like, really? Her? This is what you guys...
Oh my God, literally, I was so annoyed that she was the only English.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She was Kaylee Ray and Piper Niven, but there's indie girls out there like Bea Priestley, Lana Austin, Natalie Wilde. Who's the other blonde? Who's the blonde one? Who's the blonde girl? There's another blonde girl that's out now
Mm-hmm.
a lot around the UK. At the moment, her name has just gone past my lips. But
Who
there
else?
were so many more to choose from.
Who else did you think was naffed?
Naff. N-A-F-F. Vanessa Bourne was a bit naff. Serena Deeb was a bit naff.
Serena.
Zayda let me down.
Zayda was.
Xia Li was naff.
I like Zaya's combinations. I think
I just thought when she entered the ring, like, you know Tom, from here, that is how Tom will enter the ring.
Like who?
Xia Li.
I don't remember how she got into the ring.
All that extraness in the fan.
Oh, with the thing, I live for it. I live for it.
It's funny, but did you not think it's how Tom would enter the room?
If Tom gets into the ring like that, go on, Tom, because I loved it. But with Zayda, I feel like she's so green. Like the whole heart thing doesn't make any sense to me. Like if it hasn't been explained yet, don't do it.
The what?
You see, you don't even remember. She had like a little pin on her shirt, and like she'd show it to the crowd, and then she does her entrance, and then she throws the heart into the crowd. It was just, I guess like she was like anti-bully because she used to get bullied, and I'm like, okay, but you don't look the part. This is wrestling. You know what I mean? Like
she looked like a superhero, but like a naff one. Like, well, I used to say naff because it's not going to work.
She's just green.
Like a rubbish one.
But Serena Deeb, you didn't like her match with Piper? That was one of my.
No, I thought her match with Piper was great.
But her overall was kind of like bleh.
Yeah, because she'd just come off from Vanessa Bourne, and I don't really rate Vanessa Bourne, I'll be honest.
I like Vanessa.
To me.
She is. She's very new. She's green. She's just getting her feet wet. But I love her look. I love her Samoan heritage. I love how she incorporates the headbutts. And I love that it's a different Samoan girl. Like, we have Tamina and we have Nia, who are bigger women. And I think it's like nice to see another woman with a different shape with the same heritage. And I would love to see her transition into like managing Tamina or Nia some way down the line or something like that. I just feel like
you can sort of tell with each competitor, like the sort of, not necessarily the character, but there was something about them that was like that stood out. And to me, with Vanessa Bourne, she was just another face in the crowd.
I get what you mean. I get exactly what you mean. But I enjoyed her. I liked her look. I thought she was cute, and I just want her to do well. She has a great look, and I want somebody like her in our roster, because it's a different look. The hair, the face. She's not like the typical girls that WWE would sign back in the day. I don't know. I just like her look for some reason. It's weird.
I feel like if you said to me, like, you know, name all 32 women in the competition, like now, she'd be one of the ones that I named at the end because I think she was forgettable.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Now, Tom, Sam, now you just made me say Tom because you brought up Tom. Tell me your top 3 favorite matches. I already let the listeners know my top 3. Let's see if you can match mine. Let's see. I doubt it.
Okay. I do honestly think one of the greatest matches was Kairi and Bianca. I'm not going to lie.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was so impressed with that. I thought it was brilliant. Another one that really stood out for me, Piper and Tony.
Okay.
I thought that was like two friends really killing it. I loved that. And I'm stuck between 2 to choose. Oh no, Maya Yim and Sarah Logan.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
From the first round. I really liked that one.
I don't like Sarah Logan. Jared likes her. He's like, oh my god, I like her. She has such a good gimmick and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
Did you hear all of the Luke Harper stuff?
Yes, I've heard the whole thing with Road Dogg likes her. He wants to bring her up. But like with me, I get a old Mickie James vibe, and you guys know how I feel about Mickie James. I feel like she's a good worker. I like the Crazy Mary Dobson gimmick.
I was going to say, do you reckon they should go back to Crazy Mary Dobson?
I just prefer that over what she's doing now, but I see that people like her, but it is what it is. But my top 3 was Bianca Belair and Kairi and Tessa Blanchard.
I don't want people to think that we're only picking that though because she's your favorite and what. But that match.
You can no see this is what you know, we're going to talk about this when I get Josh on, because we have Josh is coming on to talk about SmackDown, Raw, and NXT with us, Sam. When's the last time you did a show with Josh?
Oh my god, I think that one time we did a show together, just me and him, I'm not gonna lie.
So he's coming on, and I want to ask him about this too. But what you just said, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Make sure you remind me if I forget. About the whole bandwagon with the Bianca Belair shit. I don't want to hear it. Because, Sam, one thing I know about you, after been knowing you for, almost 5 years now, you don't jump on the bandwagon. You beat to the beat of your own drum. And are you kidding me? Like, you always bet on Carmella. Everybody else would be going, you're like, nope, Carmella, sorry. Like, you don't care. No. But she just slayed, period. She brought it, period. And everybody recognized it. And She's
very green, but very good.
Isn't it crazy to say that? Like, I've never seen somebody so new and so green, just getting their foot wet, but still so great. Yeah, crazy. 100%. Crazy. But my top 3 was obviously Bianca Belair and Kyrie, and then Tessa Blanchard and Kyrie. And
I feel like all Kyrie's matches are brilliant, but I didn't want to pick more than one Kyrie match.
I had to. It's 2 standout matches. Tessa fucking slayed in that match too. I gotta give it to Tessa.
Tessa was brilliant.
I have to. She looked like a fucking heel.
Like the very last match of the first round as well. It really built up really well.
Phenomenal. And then my third, Piper and Serena Deeb. I love that match. The finish was everything for me. I loved it. So I know it's not.
It was very much like David and Goliath story, that one, wasn't it? You could tell that's where they're going with that. It was
fucking
brilliant.
Loved it. But, that was the Mae Young Classics. Next week, we're going to have the finals, which I'm sure you're excited for as well.
I'm a little bit confused with the final.
Why is that?
So it says it's on at 10.
Yeah.
SmackDown's on, or when 205's on?
It's right after SmackDown.
So 205 isn't on?
I don't think so.
And is it going to be it's going to be in Vegas, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm interested to see how they're going to do the card. If it's going to be a one, or if it's going to be a couple of maybe you're going to get Tony and.
That's what I want to know.
Against Bianca and Nicole Savoy or something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I want to know. I think that's a good question. Inquiring minds want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we're going to get a lot of good matches though from the 32 women.
Super, super exciting. A lot of good things were going on in that. But now we're going to move on to WWE and what's going on in Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Game.
And the video game. Oh, we're definitely going to talk about the video game. I need to get Josh in because I really want to talk about this Bianca Belair situation. What up, Josh?
What is up? It's been so long. I'm so glad I'm back. Oh my goodness. I feel like Maurice. I feel like Maria. I feel like Sable circa 2003. It's really great to be back on the podcast. I enjoy it.
Well, welcome back. We missed you. We missed doing shows with you. And I was just talking to Sam. I was telling Sam, when the hell was the last time you did a show with Josh? He's like, I don't know, probably the time me and him did a show alone together. So that was like a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah, it's been really busy for me. So just to let you know, personally, I've moved from Arizona back to Florida, and at the end of this month, I'll be going to Tallahassee to be working there and living there. So we'll be on the same time zone. So
that's
we'll be
amazing.
Able to do more shows, hopefully.
Definitely. I love to have people come on and combat with me, and try to put me together. Try to put me together. But, Josh is southern and shady, and I love it. I love that southern shade to come on. But, Josh, we just finished talking about the Mae Young Classic and all the good stuff that's going on. I know you're checking it out tonight, but I'm sure you've seen what's been going on social media. And one of the standouts of the Mae Young Classic was Bianca Belair. Like, she was probably the standout. Yeah. Everybody's talking about her. So there's this whole facade going on now on social media with all of the dumbass fans. They're all saying that now everybody's jumping on the Bianca Belair bandwagon and not giving the girl the credit in which she deserves for being so new. How do you feel about that whole situation?
Well, I've noticed Bianca for a long time. Even before the Mae Young Classic, I remember seeing clips of her training and working out, lifting weights. I go to the gym here in Jacksonville, Florida right now with a bunch of powerlifters and bodybuilders. She can hold her own. She's extremely strong. So she definitely stands out in that way. And then she has that current attitude and I guess charisma about her that you see nowadays. So I'm all for it. As far as the bandwagon, I don't know. You have to genuinely like somebody and know that they're a good worker and they can work hard and actually go. I'm not really a big fan of okay, I'm rooting for this person now, and as soon as they suck, I
jump ship.
Like Bailey, you jump ship. I think that's just so shady and just kind of it's like backstabbing somebody.
Exactly.
But you know how the WWE is. They're famous for I got my new shiny toy, so let me play with it for 6 months and throw it away.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say after watching her wrestle, because the girl really stood out. But what about you, Sam? What are your thoughts on that?
On what? Sorry.
The whole bandwagon thing with Bianca.
I'm pretty sure you're driving the wagon, aren't you?
I am. I have the hat. I am the conductor of this train.
I am the captain now.
I don't know. I just get so upset. Because you guys know that I've been a fan of Bianca Belair since they signed her. And I looked her up. I saw that she did track and field. She did all these stuff. Even WWE posted the brackets on who's topping when they do all these adrenaline little crunch.
She's top 3 on all of them.
Yeah, on all of them. Every task. Bianca Belair is either number 1 or placed top 3. That just shows you that she's the superior athlete down on NXT. Yeah. And she's even topping the guys. It's crazy. And then for her to get into wrestling and transition that quick. And you still see she is new. She is a bit green. And then on the other foot, she's fucking phenomenal in the ring. She has that presence, and that she's just a natural in the ring. She gives me that Charlotte Flair vibes, because when I first saw Charlotte Flair, I was like, damn, this girl's really good and solid for somebody so new like that. And now look at Charlotte, the queen of wrestling, royalty. I really see Bianca Belair coming in that same track. And I loved how they showed the backstage clip of Triple H telling her that nobody can imitate you, kind of quoting her song. People try to imitate what we do.
We do.
So,
a lot of things haven't changed, remember?
Yes, I know, enough. But super good. I'm so proud of my girl, and I'm glad that she stood out. Yeah, she didn't win. She got eliminated, but it's all good. And I love that she's getting all this love from the wrestling community. Oh, sorry, bitch.
Oh. Damn.
Well, bitch, you 2 weeks late, so spoilers are gonna happen, man. I'm not gonna tell you everything, but yes, Bianca Belair, she did, but she did very well. So you'll be really impressed. But now let's talk a little bit about WWE and what's going on with Monday Night Raw. I really want to get into Monday Night Raw because there's a lot that's been going on with Monday Night Raw when it comes to Emma, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and the WWE Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. Now, they put the belt on Sasha Banks. If you blinked or you slept too long, you missed it, bitch. They took the belt off of Sasha Banks. Surprise. And they put it back on. What? I just watched it. What do you mean? I missed 1 week. What? Yes, bitch. Sasha's no longer the champ. Now, I want to know what the fuck is going on with this whole swish swash in the belt. I don't get what's going.
Title.
I don't get it. Now you guys know when the whole Charlotte and Sasha Banks hot potato was going on, that made a little sense to me. I was one of the people that defended it because I thought it was a feud and they were evenly matched. But when they started doing it with Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks, I was like, I'm not here for this. This is not working. Because as good as Alexa Bliss is, she's not as savvy in the ring as Sasha Banks. So I don't get it. Josh, how do you feel about them putting the belt back on Alexa Bliss after Sasha beating her for a week? Are you?
Well, okay. So I'm like this. I like Alexa in the way of her presence, her mic skills. She's funny as hell. The character that she developed, the Harley Quinn, the when she bugs out her eyes and stuff. She's good at that. But when it comes to wrestling, I think she can hold her own, but she is not as the level. Okay, so for instance, a couple years ago, the way they set it up between Sasha and Charlotte. Okay, these two are the baddest bitches right now in the division.
Right.
They go head to head. They have a history. Charlotte and Sasha and Charlotte. To have that epic feud build up for so long, and then for now it to be switched between Sasha and Alexa, to me, it's just you're downplaying that history between Charlotte and Sasha.
Exactly.
You know so I get kind of upset with that. So I think that they should put the belt on Sasha, but this is the thing about with Sasha. I love Sasha, but I'm kind of irritated with her character. Now, I think with Sasha, she needs to be a heel. She needs to go back to her roots of being a heel. Sasha as a face is not really working for me. When it comes to her promo skills, it's okay, but it's not the best. It seems like when
she's stronger as a heel. She is stronger as a heel.
Yeah, so when she's cutting a promo as a face, it's just kind of like, girl, I don't believe you. It's forced, exactly. Like, she's trying, and I'm not buying it.
Well,
versus her being a heel, when she's a heel, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You have this boss character. Okay, well, be a boss. Be a bitch. Be a nasty woman. Be vindictive and petty as hell. Be shady. Be that character that's current nowadays. We see all these reality stars from Jocelyn Hernandez and all these chicks on Housewives or whatever. Just bring that in there. So my suggestion for Sasha is that, I would say, Sasha, you know what? Take 2 weeks off. Work on your heel character and then come back as a heel. Because it's easy to transfer.
I wish it would be that easy. Like, we wish it would be that easy for her to just take that 2 weeks and come back as a heel. But we all know that WWE and Vince McMahon is driving this train and not the Bianca Belair train. I got that one. But
exactly. But so that's my suggestion. But as far as Alexa Bliss, I don't know. And I'm not shitting on the girl. But to me, she has gotten so much in such a short period of time. And it's just insane to me. She's been the SmackDown champion. I don't know about that.
So let me ask you this:
champion. She's been the SmackDown champion for 2 times by now, right? She's the Raw champion twice now, right? Is it twice?
Yeah. Sam, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Sam, let me ask you, because Sasha had an interview with Sam Roberts, and she expressed her frustration with WWE and how that she feels like she don't understand why they don't trust her, and holding and becoming. She said that she's already one of the greatest wrestlers, but she wants to become one of the greatest champions. So, do you agree with WWE putting the belt back on Alexa Bliss? Is that what you're saying when you try to contradict?
Yeah.
So, what's your point? Digress.
I do agree with Josh in a sense that she needs to be a heel kind of thing, but think of her title run in NXT. She had the shortest title run of all the NXT Women's Champions at the moment, but I think it's one of the more memorable ones because she had more memorable matches.
Yeah.
When she was a champion, and she was a heel champion.
Yeah.
I think that's what they need to push with her. Like, I like the idea of her, being not necessarily an underdog, but can she hold a title? Is she good enough for this? Maybe she should go back down to NXT, but she's going to try and prove herself and stay up here. I just think right now Alexa is doing all the right things, so I think at the moment she deserves what she's getting this.
I
do believe it, because a lot of the fans were all getting frustrated when it was all, oh, it's just the 4 horsewomen, it's just the 4 horsewomen. So they're doing the right thing by not putting it on a 4 horsewoman right now.
See, I get both of you guys. I get both of you guys what you guys are saying, but my thing is like, Sasha Banks has not had a legit title run. So is WWE, are we waiting for her heel turn to give her the legit run where she can cheat her way into keeping the championship? Because I feel like that's going to be the way they're going to go. But now the dynamics is changing. So I don't know what's going to happen with Sasha Banks, because we all watched Monday Night Raw and we saw the backstage segment with Nia Jax and Kurt Angle, and then she gets interrupted by Emma, walks in and talks about how she's trending once again on social media. Now, what I will say about Emma is I love that Emma is now she's being built as a mark. That's her gimmick. She complains on social media. And, you know, Emma's been searching far and long for a gimmick for so long that she accidentally stepped on it. And and those are the best gimmicks. So I like that this is coming about. I love the shade that was going on between her and Nia, especially on social media. Josh brought it to my attention.
That
Josh,
was so funny.
Josh, you want to tell the listeners what the tea was for the listeners that might have missed it?
Okay, so Emma was on social media fussing on the fact that, you know, Nia Jax is giving this opportunity for the Women's Championship on Raw, right? So Nia replies back and saying, well, you're fussing at me, basically saying you're fussing at me, but you got a 6-month push from Vince McMahon, and you didn't capitalize that on all. You know what I'm saying? So it was really funny how, because it's true.
It's so true.
You know,
Sam, I know she's your girl. Sam, we're gonna get you in this, Sam. But I want to know what you think, because what Nia said to Emma was nothing but the truth. She said Vince McMahon gave you the opportunity for 6 months and had vignettes posted of you every fucking week on Monday Night Raw, and you didn't even capitalize on that. So don't come at me with your bullshit. And I was like, look at Nia, the comeback queen. Do not.
She was literally the.
She clapped right back. She clapped right back at Emma, and I loved it. And I loved how Kurt Angle set up this match. He's like, okay, you two are going to team up together, because you know that fucking Nia has been dragging Emma. But Emma got a W over Mickie James last week, thank God. And with that hideous theme song, are you kidding me?
Oh my God, no.
What was that?
Go there, please.
I'm so glad that came and went. Josh, did you catch that theme song that she had last week?
Who, Mickie James?
Have they got rid of it now?
No, he must have missed it. Yes, they got rid of it. It was so bad that
I
she
felt
only.
bad for Mickie James because
No, it wasn't Mickie, it was Emma.
It was Emma.
Emma had a really bad theme tune last week.
Yeah, and they changed it again this week. She came out with a new theme song, but
Oh,
They didn't
okay.
throw anything at that girl. I swear to God.
they what?
They throw anything at that girl, just random.
I mean, at this point, they have to. I'm grateful that WWE is actually giving Emma this opportunity to like find something and like social media. And you know what? Hold on. Because this is my favorite part of the show, when I have to pull a fucking fan out of the stands and drag them real quick. Because I had a fan who tweeted me a couple of weeks ago when I posted something about Alicia Fox's lazy, content ass. I'm sorry. Catch that
It's
too.
true.
I put her together when the whole Barbie doll thing came out, and everybody, and Alicia Fox wasn't doing anything about it. Like, she wasn't making any noise. We all know Alicia Fox don't make no fucking noise. And I posted out like, Alicia Fox is basically doing a disservice to herself because she doesn't use her social media. Social media will help you further your career and blah 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 blah. This, that, and the third. You listeners, you guys know I tell you guys this shit all the time. So somebody tweeted me and was like, oh, what a dumbass comment. What a dumbass tweet. This is so stupid. You're so stupid. And then somebody was like, oh, let me find out that tweeting is going to get you championship matches. I wish I found that tweet. I think this bitch deleted that tweet because I was looking for it.
They always do.
Because
They always do.
they do. Because, bitch, look what I got fucking Emma. Emma has a title match at No Mercy. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. Like, Alicia Fox needs to get on her social media and bitch and complain and get an uproar going. Get people behind you. Get it going. That's what Emma did. And look what happened. Emma got a fucking spot. And people are like, well, they're kind of shitting on her with her gimmick now and blah, blah, blah. I don't care what they're doing. Emma is a heel. She has a gimmick now. She has something going for her. And she got herself a title match. And when she gets the opportunity to perform, Emma fucking performs. So I'll leave it at that. But Sam, what did you think about the match with Nia teaming up with Emma against Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss? Did you enjoy it? Did you like the dynamics between Sasha and Alexa, even though there's so much tension going on between the two of them?
I've only seen the YouTube highlights, I'll be honest. However, I liked what I saw on it, because you kind of seen that, like, despite the fact that Alexa and Sasha really hate each other, they both wanted to win, because a one-on-one match is easier to win than a four-way. So they were in it for the one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to have to go into a transfer. They don't even have to be involved in the pinfall or submission to lose or to win.
True.
They'd rather have it as a straight, let's go right down the middle. I loved it. I love the fact that they actually teamed together on like different moves and stuff like that. Like they did like a suplex together, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. They did.
So it's kind of like they were trying to get along. They're both little and petite girls, and they quite like that.
So,
But
let me
Queen
ask.
Emma obviously stealing the win.
Let me ask you this, Josh. Yes, she did steal the win and tag herself in, and then she paid for it. But Josh, let me ask you this, because Sasha did tease that heel persona before the match, because we had a backstage segment with her and Alexa Bliss when they found out that they'll be teaming up together, and Sasha got all up in her face. Is that the kind of Sasha Banks that you want to come into the forefront in WWE?
Yeah, because I kind of, for me, when watching that promo,
It was real.
Felt it was kind of personal. Yeah,
it was
like,
real.
I felt it was personal. Like, she really is heated about this, and I would be too. Like, you work your ass off, you do all the stuff, you do all this, you do this big character of the boss, and then just to get cheated at the end with title reigns that last like from a week to 2 weeks or whatever. It's taking your character and your work as a joke, really. You know, and that's no insult to the other ladies, but when it comes to Sasha, I'll be pissed off too. Like, I'll be really frustrated. Like, what the hell? I should have a legitimate run. But I think that the best way for her to do it again is to be a heel with that character. Because when she's a face, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I feel like she's trying with the promos, but it's not there. It's not one.
Can I give you guys a theory? Can I say a theory? All right, so we all know, I'm sure that, because we all are in social media, and social media is a big part of wrestling in 2017. No matter what the dumbass fans say, it's a huge part. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be shady.
Going across the bottom of pay-per-views, of course, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing, and I love fans that act like it's not. But with Sasha Banks and the whole thing with the being in the airport and being outside of her hotel, and then she had an interview with Sam Roberts, and she flat out said, do not bother me in an airport. Do not bother me outside of my hotel room. I don't want it. She said it straight up. And I was thinking, like, I had some time to sit and think about this whole situation and look at the position that Sasha is in right now and how she's unhappy with WWE. And I was thinking, is she speaking out to get more fans to hate her and start booing her on television so she can start transitioning into that heel role that she's been wanting to do for so long? I feel like Sasha's taking that opportunity with fans saying that she's ungrateful, and she's running with it. And she's so smart with this business. She's a fan first, so I think she knows exactly how to spin this into favoring her. I really believe that. I think that that's what Sasha Banks is trying to do right now. Because remember the reports back in the day when she was in NXT, fans would come up and ask her for her autograph, and she would just stamp the boss logo. And they were like, oh, what a bitch. What a bitch. Da, 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 da. She's so rude. And I was like, I love it. She's a fucking heel. Yeah. I love it. If I went to go meet Sasha Banks and she stamped something for me, I would get my life. You know what I mean? Like, yes, queen.
Yeah, it's
like,
so cocky to do
that.
It really is.
So I feel like she's trolling the fans. I feel like Sasha is putting a seed in us because wrestling fans are so fucking stupid and they're easily manipulated. And I really feel like that's what she's doing, to be honest. But going back to the match, one of my highlights in this match was when Alexa Bliss slapped Nia, and then she screamed when Nia screamed.
Oh my god, you could hear this. Oh, I love that.
I thought that was funny. That was a good little comedic touch that they put into the match. I loved it. And, you know, and then Emma tags herself in and she steals the win. And now Emma was boasting and gloating about it on Twitter, and that's when Nia dragged her about it. So overall, I feel like WWE saw like they were heading into a mess between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks once again. You know, this feud isn't going anywhere with no story. Like, Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss could have been an amazing feud if it was done right. But I feel like they kind of like booked themselves into a corner. So every time they notice that, they like to throw us a fatal 4-way women's match to make us happy. I feel
have
it's
more women.
Yeah, it's a formula. And they see that Emma starting to gain some traction on social media because she's using her social media account and stuff. So Emma earned her spot in there. So I'm super excited for this match. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I'm glad that Raw gave it to us. How do you feel, Sam? Are you excited that your girl's gonna be in a title match? This is her first opportunity in a while.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I'm so excited.
Super.
I really, really can't wait.
So,
I'm absolutely over the moon.
Who do you think is going to win?
Alexa.
What about you, Josh?
I would say Alexa. But I think that I don't want Alexa to win. But because I would like to see Nia Jax be the champion. I really would.
I'd love any of them to win. I don't really mind what happens, to be honest. I'm just glad that it's going to be
But I think that
a bit more different.
If Alexa wins, that can just, you know, I guess, leave more room for more growth for for Sasha, hopefully to be a heel. More growth for Emma, her social media following to get bigger. And I guess the vengeance for Nia to be even stronger, I guess, so.
You know what I really don't want to come out of the match?
What?
For Emma to take the fall.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that they might surprise us and have Emma win it.
If she does, I'll be... Oh, my God. You don't understand.
I really do. I feel like they want the shock factor. Vince is all high on changing titles right now to get people to... Yeah, it's a shock, but...
That's true. Look at Ginger.
You know what?
Exactly.
I'm going to put money on it.
Either or Nia, because I know there's gonna be a shock factor. I think they just wanted to give that belt to Alexa once again, just to give her that one up on the other woman, so she could say that she's a 2-time Raw Women's Champion.
You could have it like, oh, Emma stole the victory against Nikki James. She stole the tag team victory. Oh my God!
And then she steals when
she steals like Alexa Bliss with the Sparkle Splash on Nia.
And then she throws her out, kind of like what Alicia Fox did with Eve Torres and their fatal 4-way back in the day.
And she pins Nia, so she pins the biggest woman in the match. Oh my God, I'm gonna put money on it. I'm gonna put a 10 on it.
It would be a great booking to have Emma go in that way. And you know what? The fans helped Emma get into this position, so it would be a full circle.
We want Emma.
And I believe we have an Australia trip coming up with WWE, so it would be cool to send Emma back down there as champion. Oh no, they're going to India next, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
So Jinder's keeping the title for
Yes, I think that's what it is. But, that was Raw. Raw was cute. It was good. It was fun. But now let's move on to SmackDown. First of all, I want to start off with freaking Natalya. Natty looked amazing on SmackDown. Her holding that championship, even though they're trying to push Natty as a heel, but she just comes through as a babyface as champion. It's because she's so genuinely happy. Like, Naomi's whole glow. I really see the glow in Natty, though. Like, she looks so happy. Like, she's carrying a child. It's crazy.
Yeah.
She's glowing, and she's so happy. She looks beautiful. I loved her hair. I thought her hair looked great. And she had a match against the Princess of Staten Island, your girl Carmella. But Carmella was interrupted. So Carmella she opened up Raw. She was going to be the first one to wrestle on SmackDown, I'm sorry. And she gets interrupted by Kevin Owens, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, why the hell is Kevin Owens interrupting Carmella? What the fuck is going on? And he just comes out and he starts saying that he's gonna be the referee to what's her face? Carmella and Natty's match. Now he wants to be the referee for that. And then Shane comes out and Shane and him have their little thing. And then Carmella comes back out. She has her match with Natty. She ends up losing. I can't remember how she lost the match. I think she tapped out. Yeah, of course.
It was a roll-up, wasn't it?
It was a roll-up because Ellsworth drops the briefcase.
Oh, yeah, he fucked it up. So, Natty ended up getting the win, and then Carmella gets on the mic, and she just berates him on the mic and just really went in on his chin. I was just like, I can't. This is too much. And
How does he fold towels?
With his tongue. His tongue does amazing things, Sam. But see, how did you feel about...
I don't want to know about his tongue and its amazing things.
How did you feel about... Well, Carmella will let you know because she ended up kissing him later on that show, girl. So how do you feel about the Carmella and the whole James thing? Like, I was so confused. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I'm glad it ended.
Did it?
Like, really glad. What?
You might have missed something, bitch. Because they had a backstage segment.
No, that's not me.
I'll be right back. I have to go for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. What do you mean, Sam?
Okay, I know. I mean, like, I'm glad that they sort of ended it in the ring, and it was like, oh, it's over, and then backstage he kind of like made up to her. So I feel like next week it's going to be a lot worse.
So yeah, you think that he's going to keep fucking up to the point where
I feel like next week he's gonna come down during the women's title rematch.
Oh. Well, we shall see. So
yeah, but I think it's gonna happen though.
I really hope. Like, how do you feel about Carmella and the James thing? Because I'm really confused. I don't know where this is going.
Me?
No, Josh. I just said.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What little girl? I'm sorry to talk to my niece. Sorry. Okay, so it's weird because I don't know is it like Tuffle?
Sorry. What you say?
And I don't know say what?
No, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
she kissed him and smacked him across the face at the same time. So
Yeah.
is it like a tough love type of situation?
I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
Like, what I was thinking was, like, okay, did she kiss him to give him what he wanted? Like, all this time to try to get him to focus? And that, no, I think she kissed him for him to forgive her. And then she smacked him to let him know that she runs this fucking boat. You know what I mean? Like,
I see it. Yeah, it makes sense.
so that's what I'm trying to understand. But I just hope that what he's doing right now doesn't fuck up Carmella successfully cashing in the Money in the Bank, the contract.
Oh, I hope not. Because I think that she's gonna. I do. Not to say that because obviously because I'm a fan of hers, but I do think she's going to be a successful cash-in.
I feel like she should be because she's the first woman to win a.
Yeah.
So if WWE doesn't do it, like, and she's been such a great, like, right when they announced this match and they said who was going to be in the ladder match, I said Carmella. They need to put the Money in the Bank on Carmella, like, easy, done. Because
I said this from the beginning.
Yeah, it had to go to her.
She's the most entertaining. She's the most entertaining one they got. She has the biggest mouth. Her character is just outrageous and funny, and I enjoy watching her. I really do.
It was good to watch.
All the originals in the inaugural SmackDown women's match have all had something now. They've all had something great.
Except for Nikki.
She had a Mania moment. She got married. She's doing Dancing with the Stars. She's happy.
No, she is happy. No, I'm talking about championships. I'm talking about, like, winning the SmackDown championship.
Yeah, but I mean, she's like, she's got her own stuff going on. She's the longest reigning Divas champion.
True.
She doesn't need it right now, but everyone else has had something, and I'm really happy.
Oh, I get that point. But, I guess that was it for SmackDown. Like, I didn't see Tamina and Lana. I don't know did you guys catch them? I might have missed them.
Tamina had a match against a local competitor, but I didn't see it on YouTube. I just read it on Pro Wrestling DB.
Did you see this, Josh?
Sure it was.
Did you see?
I didn't see it.
Well, I saw some. Well, I don't know if it happened the same night. I remember Tamina. She wrestled with this one girl with really long hair. Is that the match you're talking about?
Yeah.
And then Lana. I guess Lana's back to the managerial role too. And she told Tamina to crush whatever.
Yeah, like down the microphone.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
That was last week, guys. That wasn't this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah, so I guess she didn't have a match this week.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a WWE exclusive backstage segment like they did the previous weeks. But I like what they're doing with Tamina and Lana together, because I like how Lana built her up in the last episode, how she was like, you're going to be great, you're going to do this and that. And then when Tamina had that match, she was like screaming on the microphone, like coaching her, crush her now, and all that. So I think it's great. And I just love that Tamina's not in a manager role anymore. Like, I'm just so over her being someone else's shadow. It's nice to see.
She's getting that chance to be the competitor we all know she is.
That's nice to see. So I guess now we can move on to NXT. Next week we have Natty versus Naomi for Naomi's rematch. So that should be really interesting. Naomi was showing scouting fucking Natty's match with Carmella. So next week we're gonna see Naomi versus Natty. And another thing, Naomi's entrance did happen on SmackDown. I don't know if you guys caught it, but Dolph Ziggler tried to imitate.
Dolph Ziggler did that.
And did you guys see Naomi's tweet? It was hilarious. She's like, she goes, "Oh, it looks like your knee almost gave out, so nobody can do it like me." I was like, "Yes, Naomi."
That's funny.
I noticed that actually.
Yeah, because he kind of like stumbled at the end, but I thought that was a cool little segment with The Miz. He kind of overdid it for a bit, like when he was screaming and yelling. I was like, "Okay, you're a bit too
Dolph
excited."
Ziggler, you mean, not Miz?
Oh, sorry. See, I already forgot his name. But, because you guys know I love The Miz, even though fucking Raw. Another thing, Raw, get your fucking life. How are you going to have Maurice come over from SmackDown, who did amazing things on SmackDown, had one of the most memorable spots in SmackDown the past 2 years or whatever, and you guys going to bring on Raw? You guys won't even let her say one fucking word. Like, she doesn't even speak. It's so annoying how they book women on Raw. Like, you could tell Vince's hands is all over it. It just irks me because Maurice can deliver. But on SmackDown, we got to see her develop a personality. Had to see her talk. Got to see her introduce her husband. Always had something to say when the managers would come at her husband, like Daniel Bryan or Shane. She would smack guys around. But on Raw, she's just there looking pretty, like a trophy wife. And it's just so annoying. It's super sexist that this girl doesn't have a voice. It just annoys me. I just had to get that off my chest. I've been saying, like, I got to talk about Maurice. But they never give me a reason to talk about her on Raw. Now I just remembered. It's just so annoying. But I guess now we can move on to SmackDown. I mean NXT. We had Sonya Deville versus Zeta from the Mae Young Classic. It was a quick match. Freaking Sonya Deville came out and literally just whooped her fucking ass. Threw the girl out of the ring, went out of the ring, grabbed her, threw her back in the ring, and commenced to whoop her ass some more. I like her arsenal. Fucking Sonya has some really deep arsenal, like she really dived deep into the MMA. Did you guys get to check out this match yet? Did you guys see it?
No, I just told you before.
Oh yeah, Josh, you didn't see it.
I wish I did. I didn't see it. Though,
well,
but I know that's her gimmick though, the whole MMA thing.
But it suits her. It suits her very well, and especially the way that she incorporates her wrestling. Very rugged. She looks really rough in the ring. She really looks like she's roughing people up. She kind of reminds me of Brock Lesnar in the ring, to be honest. The way that he throws people around is like really authentic, and I thought she looked great. Her theme song is good. Her theme song is alright. It's not good. Her look is good. I like her gear and stuff like that. But I feel like the theme song, they need to work on it. It kind of reminds me of the Masterpiece's old theme song. But
I love the Masterpiece.
It is what it is. It was a cool little match. It was a good little thing to show her to start introducing some of the new women that we have on NXT. And then the show closed. No, and then we had Zeta come out with Andres. I can never say his name right. Andres Cien. Zelina Vega. She came out.
Andrade Cien Almas.
She came out in her latest Fashion Nova. That girl loves Fashion Nova, and she looks good in it. So she came out. She directed her man to go down into the ring and kick some ass. And then I thought she was gonna walk off stage, but she walked into the commentating booth, and she sat down there and she started chit-chatting with Nigel and the other guys, and she's over there just chit-chatting, talking about how her man ain't gonna go back to how he used to be because now she's here, and she had that real thick New York accent. Do you hear this?
Are you talking about that short little Latino girl?
Yeah, Rosita from NXT, from TNA.
Now I know her. Okay,
yeah, she's from Brooklyn, yo. She's from the Bronx, from New York. She's real hood. I like the way she talks. She kind of sounds like Rosie Lopez. I don't know, some of these young listeners don't even know who she is. Yeah, you wouldn't know who she is. Right? Rosie Perez, yeah. So like, some of
I know Rosie Perez, yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying, like we know who she is. Like I know some of our listeners know, not the young ones, but she sounded like her. She's like, yo, da da da. She's like, I'm from New York. She's like, that's how we do it. That's how my man do. He ain't gonna be losing no matches anymore. I liked it. And then Jared.
You sound like the one from Orange is the New Black. Is it Gloria?
I don't know. I never watched.
Her mom from Orange is the New Black.
I never watched that show.
It sounds like Love and Hip Hop New York or something. That's what it sounds like.
That's how these people up here, like, that's how people try to say, like, oh, James, you sound like a New Yorker. Like some of the, like Gigi would say, I sound like a New Yorker. No, I don't. I sound like a Rhode Islander. New Yorkers sound like Zelita. Like, that's how they sound. Like, especially a Dominican girl from the Bronx. Are you kidding me? What? That's her all day.
Okay,
but
I like that.
I like it too, and I the only thing I don't like is that she keeps saying that she's his business associate, business manager. Just say you're his homegirl and you're here to get shit together. I'd rather have her like that because she doesn't dress the part or act the part of a business manager. You know what I mean?
I think that's what they're going to run with it, is that, and someone's going to out her as just being his sleaze.
That would be great, like, just to come out and be like, girl, you ain't nothing, like, who you've managed, what do you know? I think it would be great.
It'd be nice to see Liv Morgan do that.
Well, aren't they doing something right now in NXT where, I think I read an article where they proposed to make a mid-card title?
Yes.
Kind of like a universal title on NXT?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that'd be cool to see that guy, her man. What was her man's name again?
Andrade
Cien.
Well, see him compete for that, that'd be interesting.
He would be a good champion. He would be a really good one.
I'd be okay with that.
You know what I was thinking? Why won't they just use the UK championship as the mid-card?
No.
Why? Because that show, aren't they supposed to have their own show? Didn't that fall flat?
Yeah, it's not falling flat. It's still in the making. 205 was in the making for like 2 years, so let's not go
why
there.
Crown a champion?
Because they're defending it still.
Like, barely.
So, they do it on most NXT titles.
Girl, bye. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I'm sorry. But
shut the fuck up.
I'm just sorry, Sam. I just feel like I think it would be great on NXT. Like, we've had like non-Americans be US champion. So why can't we have a non
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they can't be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in my head, I don't want it, because as a UK person, I want to keep that for
Oh, well,
myself.
excuse me, bitch. Excuse me. Let's just keep it for the sake of Sam Pelly's comfort. No, bitch.
Yeah.
No.
And while we're talking about this, put it back on Talladega and then have him feud with Sam Bradwell and then have Sam Bradwell win again.
Tyler Jailbait. Oh, my God. Josh, do you follow his social media accounts, like him on Instagram?
Oh.
No.
You need to. That's all I'm gonna say is that you need to follow this boy. This boy, Tyler Bates, he loves to tease the gays. He
knows he's doing it as well.
He knows
so
what
funny.
he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
How old is he?
He's like 20. 20 years
He's 20.
old. He's over here playing the game. I'm like, yeah, keep it up. He's gonna land a sugar daddy somewhere. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. But
It might be me.
all right, that was at the end of NXT, we had Asuka relinquishing the NXT Women's Championship. It's been vacated. Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Clearly, NXT was not ready for Asuka, and William Regal announced that he's been in negotiations with Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle. But here's the kicker: why is everybody saying she's going to Raw? They didn't say that on NXT, so there's a possibility that she could go on to SmackDown, and I would prefer her on SmackDown. I do not want to see her on Raw. Absolutely not.
I don't want to see her on Raw either. She's gonna get buried.
No, she'll be in great hands on SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown, but not Raw. Okay.
Absolutely not. How do you feel, Sam? What brand would you like to see Asuka?
Maybe SmackDown, because I would like to see Asuka and Charlotte go at it.
Okay. That would be
But
cool.
I'm not really fussed where she goes. I'm not gonna lie. Wherever she goes,
it's time
she's
for
gonna
her to
dominate
go.
anyway, so I'm not that fussed.
It's time. Asuka's done everything that she could do. She's one of the greatest champions in WWE history. She's been champion for over 500 days. Like, that's unheard of in the modern time. And it's super great that a woman has that title. So I'm glad that she did it on NXT. A lot of people were complaining about it. I was like, why are you guys complaining? Like, before we would kill for a woman like Asuka to come around 3 years ago. But now you guys are getting a little bit too much. So now everybody wants to bitch and complain about shit. But I'm excited to see what's next for the girls. Like, we have the girls that are left over on NXT, and we have a bunch of girls coming in. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the dynamics are going to change with the NXT Women's Division now that Asuka's no longer there for tapings.
You know what I'm really hoping they don't do?
What?
Give the winner of the Mae Young Classic the title.
That would be... You know what? I can see them doing that because, you know why?
No.
But that's not fair, though.
It's not fair, but I could... It's... Hear me out.
You gotta think about Ruby Riott.
I hear it.
Amber Moon, all the other chicks.
That's
not fair at all.
I hear it, but when you think of it, if they do that, I gotta look at it storyline wise. Nobody was ready for Asuka. None of those women were able to take her, and they all had the opportunity to go at Asuka for that championship, and they all failed. So that if they haven't had the opportunity, then I would have been like, okay, well, this one didn't get a chance, this one didn't get a chance, that one didn't get a chance. They all, even fucking Liv had a chance, an opportunity, and they all wasn't ready for Asuka. So if
Aaliyah never had a chance.
I mean, Aaliyah, girl, bye. Aaliyah doesn't even know what she's doing. Cat's meow, cat goodbye, girl. Natty got that. No, I'm done. Like, just Sam, you really tried it with
I do
Aaliyah.
think they're going to give it to them, though, because if you look at the past tournaments, they got the Cruiserweight tournament, they got a Cruiserweight title. The UK tournament, they got the UK title. It just makes sense.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it because if they give it to the Mae Young Classic winner, that winner went through like 32 other fucking women and worked her ass off and did all these crazy ass matches. It would be a great payoff, and then to go into NXT as champion, I'll be like, would I be a fan of it? No, honestly, no. But would it make sense to me? Yeah. It would make sense.
And then they're going to lose the title to Liv Morgan the following week.
Girl, bye. Keep reaching.
Well, the way I kind of see it is that if the winner of the Mae Young Classic gets the championship, I think that girl will probably be a face. You know, her character, regardless of who she is, she'll be a face. And then maybe that can give room to, you know, Ruby Riott being a heel or Amber Moon turning into a heel. I mean, that's the only way. I mean, that's what I'm seeing right now. If that does,
watch the tournament, Josh. That's all we'll say.
So somebody,
is it over yet? Or is it still?
The finals on Tuesday.
Okay,
It's
I'll
live.
watch it tonight. Well, tonight or tomorrow.
So do you guys know
8
that
hours.
next week, Ruby Riott cornered William Regal on NXT, and
And she got the icon.
she said that she wants to face the Icon. She wants both of them. And William Regal told her, no, I'm not going to put you in a match between the both of them. That's not fair. You need to find a partner. So she's like, yeah, next week I'll find a partner. So I'm wondering, I don't know what the spoilers are. Please don't tell me if you guys know. I don't want to know, but I'm wondering who's going to be her partner. Is it going to be somebody debuting? Is it going to be somebody we already seen? And I feel like the woman that's going to be debuting is going to have a prominent spot on NXT. So, or if it's somebody else, like a Liv Morgan or an Aaliyah or maybe Sonya. Maybe Sonya Deville is going to team up with her or something. They've been pushing her. So we'll just have to wait and see. And we just...
Okay.
What, bitch?
It's okay.
No? Oh, you...
I've been ruined for me, so I know what happened, so I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, okay, good. Don't tell me. But yeah, so NXT is on the up and up. So shout out to NXT. Shout out to them. Now, let's get into the mess. Because you guys know we come on here every week with the mess of wrestling. And we're here to clean it up. Now, one story I really wanted to touch on last week, but I didn't have the opportunity because my computer was off on Broadway doing shows, was the whole Sexy Star situation that was going on. And I know like a lot of the listening crew, I know everybody knows the story by now, so I'm not even going to tell you guys. But we're just going to give you guys our opinions on how we feel about this whole situation. Because we haven't addressed it yet on the show. But what I will say is, Sexy Star, for me, you've lost all my trust, all my respect, and it was such a disappointment because I was a fan of hers for a long time when she was on Lucha Underground. Me and Nick used to rant and rave about this girl, and then for her to go and do something like that to Rosemary, and then later respond and really like side-eye the whole situation and act like you didn't know what was going on, you didn't take accountability for what you did, you didn't take like nothing for your actions. Like, you were just very cold.
Can you explain briefly what happened? Because I know something has happened, but I'm not aware of what fully has happened.
Do you know about... Alright, so they had a match in Triple Mania, which is like Triple A's like kind of like their WrestleMania or whatever. Yeah. So basically there's a lot of heat going on with Sexy Star and a lot of the women that work with this promotion. So you had Hamada and Lady Shiny or something like that. Now this Shiny girl, whatever her name is, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with her work. I don't really know her, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to the listeners like I know these wrestlers. I know Hamada from her days in TNA, but I don't know Lady Shiny. So apparently Shiny and Sexy Star has heat, and there was a bunch of commotion going on backstage. Originally, Sexy Star was told that she's having a one-on-one match, and then they switched it to a fatal four-way match, and they added Rosemary into the match. Now, in this match, it was said that Shani and Hamada was working really stiff with Sexy Star. Like, they were, like, really, like, giving it to her, and Sexy Star was giving it back to them. But towards the end of the match, when Sexy Star won, she took out her frustrations on Rosemary, and when the finish of the match was supposed to be an armbar. So once Rosemary tapped out, she didn't let go. She kept yanking and yanking and yanking to the point which I think she popped her shoulder or something like that. So
was she as Rosemary or was she as Courtney Rush?
I'm sorry?
Was she actually as the Rosemary character as well?
Yes. Because TNA has a partnership with AAA where they send their wrestlers over there to wrestle, and then AAA will send some of theirs to TNA. It's a whole little deal. Well, it's GFW now or whatever. Yeah. So they get backstage after the match. Rosemary, her arm couldn't move. Jeff Jarrett is going crazy backstage. He's cussing everybody out. And then what's his face? Conan, who's he's one of the producers there for AAA or something. He works closely with them, and he's one of the guys that helps book Sexy Star. He's one of the people that brought Sexy Star into Lucha Underground. He went to Sexy Star and told her, you better go in there and you better go apologize to her. So Sexy Star said that when she went into the room, Rosemary didn't look injured at all. So when she walked in, Rosemary basically put her ass together when she got into that room. Rosemary's like, oh, you're lucky I don't want to go to Mexico jail because I would have beat your ass and this, that, and the third. And then but apparently Sexy Star didn't even go to apologize. She just left the building, but Conan called her and told her to get your ass back over here. So all this commotion, all this confusion going on. Long story short, Rosemary was purposely injured by Sexy Star. So Sexy Star writes a letter in Spanish. Bitch, I had to wait 2 days for somebody to translate that shit because I couldn't read it. So I waited for them to translate it, and then I read about it, and she basically didn't even apologize. She said that the girl didn't even look injured, that she didn't know she was injured. I was like, how don't you know she's not injured? Everybody was telling telling you the girl's injured and what you did, and the whole wrestling community is berating you. And she was like, she felt like she got bullied, and then she talked about how Cody Rhodes bullied her on social media. She said an American wrestler posted about it, and then, but it was Cody Rhodes who he kind of like broke the story. And he talked about how disgusting it was, and anybody like that should not be in our business, and blah, blah, blah. So she's basically getting blackballed for what she did, and I feel like it's well-deserved. A lot of wrestlers came out in Rosemary's defense, and then Rosemary put out a statement herself, and she talked about how she waited a bit to adjust and, like, let the anger out, but she was just like, what she did was wrong, and she's like, not only what she did was wrong, and she doesn't belong in our business. Another thing is that she's such a fucking liar. She's like, she lied throughout that whole thing, because a lot of the stuff that Sexy Star was saying in that letter, it was like a 3-page letter. Oh my god, like, she was just apparently lying about this, saying that she didn't know this, she didn't know that, she didn't know how it happened. But full circle, all the other women like Hamada and Shiny were very sympathetic to Rosemary. They kept apologizing for what happened, even though that it wasn't their fault that she got injured. They had heat with Rose. It's just a fucking mess. And all I will say is, Rosemary, shame on you, and you shouldn't be in this business. And I don't know what wrestler will trust to be in that ring with you after what you did to a fellow wrestler. But Josh, any thoughts on this? Do you have any opinion?
Wow, she just threw a whole career away. It's I don't know, like, you have to be professional. Doesn't matter what job you're in, you have to be professional. And you got to respect yourself and your coworkers. And, you know, she deserves to get dragged up and down social media because she was dead wrong, you know, and it's one thing to get carried away, and it's one thing to have an accident, but then not to take responsibility and then flip the script and act like you're the victim. Nah, you're full of crap. So I'm done with her.
Any thoughts, Sam?
No.
I mean, it is what it is. And then they also spoke on her, what is it? Her husband. They talked about how she comes from a background where she used to do mixed martial arts and stuff like that, this, that, and the third. But overall, like, what she did was just wrong, and like a lot of wrestlers were speaking up on it, like Edge. I listened to Edge and Christian's podcast, and they talked about it, and they were saying, like, Edge talked about how him and Matt Hardy had a lot of heat at one point with the whole leader situation, and like they really wanted to kick each other's ass, but he gives so much respect and homage to Matt Hardy for keeping it professional and keeping each other safe in the ring and keeping their problems outside of a wrestling ring, you know what I mean? Because it's super dangerous. Like she could have took away this girl's career. Like it could have been worse. Like that's her livelihood. This is how she makes her money. This is how she you know she fends for herself. And you're gonna take it upon yourself to go over there and try to end her career, or what? Because you're mad because you got punched in the face by some girl that you have beef with. You're gonna go take it out on Rosemary because you know Rosemary's not used to the strong style fight sequence. And you guys know, I talked to you guys the listeners, I talked to you guys about how I'm not a fan of Rosemary's ring work. She's not the best wrestler in the ring. I feel like she's a little green. It is what it is. That's how I feel. So I feel like Sexy Star took that and she was like, oh, let me just prey on this girl because she ain't up to these other, because those other women would have fucking rolled over and gave it to her. Rosemary seemed like a bit confused. Like if you watch back in the clip, she's like looking at her like, let go, like what are you doing? So it's just a mess, and I hope she gets blackballed. I hope I never see this girl booked again. But what I will say is that they vacated her. They took away her title from her, even though AAA is so fucking shady. That championship that she has is the same championship that they stripped Taya off of. Mad shady. I talked to the listeners about this a couple of weeks ago. Even Taya retweeted our show over here. She retweeted me and told me thank you for the tea and spilling the drop and telling everybody the truth on what happened and blah blah. It was just some good tea. But this is the same shady ass company. So I'm just like, Global Force Wrestling, like, I don't know, like one of the listeners was like, we shouldn't punish other wrestlers for opportunities of making money going over there by saying that Global Force Wrestling should not allow them to wrestle for AAA, because that's something I said. I was like, I don't think Global Force Wrestling should allow their talent to go over there after from what they did to Taya and then what happened to Rosemary there.
What happened to Taya?
I just told you, they stripped her. They had Johnny Mundo. Johnny Mundo was booked for a match over there, and Taya was the reigning champion for the women at the time. The same championship that she got stripped from.
I was thinking that you meant like something had happened.
No, and they asked him.
Got injured, sorry.
Yeah, they asked Johnny Mundo to bring the belt. I'll just say it again for some listeners might have missed that. They asked Johnny Mundo to, hey, bring your girlfriend's title so we could take pictures of it because we need it for promotion and blah, blah, blah. So when he brought the title to Mexico, and Taya wasn't booked, so she wasn't there. She was somewhere else booked and busy. And she comes to find out when Johnny Mundo was after his match and he was in the locker room, he hears on the intercom that Taya's championship is being defended. And that's when Sexy Star won the championship back. And Taya wasn't even there. They stripped her out of nowhere. Like, shady shit. But that's that whole situation. It's a mess. Listeners, let me know your opinions. Tweet us. I really want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. But another thing I want to talk about is Nikki Bella was doing a lot of media tour last week, getting prepared for all her busy jobs because Nikki Bella is busy. The girl is woke now because this is the Nikki Bella I wanted 5 years ago. I used to complain like Nikki needs to be doing this, that, and the third, and she's finally doing it. Nikki Bella had an interview and then all this backlash with the whole woman's revolution shit, and all the fans gave her so much shit about it and completely missing the point on what Nikki Bella said. Did you guys catch this whole mess on social media with Nikki Bella?
Oh, about Nikki Bella is that the whole Dancing with the Stars thing.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. But the fans were giving her so much shit about it, and all she was saying was that she feels like Total Divas helped elevate and put extra eyes on the women. It did. Yeah. And fans took it as she's saying that she started the women's revolution, and then that's when I say again, wrestling fans are fucking stupid. Like what? Like how you gonna like? You guys really think that Nikki Bella is that dense to say something like that when she works along Sasha Banks, Bayley, Emma, Paige, all these other girls that actually helped, and then Nikki Bella put out another comment saying that's not what I said. All of the women have helped out this women's revolution. She's like, Total Divas was just another note that helped us get more eyes to it. Total Divas is the reason why the women have Mattel Barbie dolls now. Like, come on, people. Like, you guys...
Like, Total Divas is... It's like the way little girls watch it kind of thing. You know? It's a reality show. It's what younger people watch. Exactly. So they're going to want the dolls and stuff like that. It makes it makes sense.
And
go ahead,
also,
Josh.
It's just... People are still bitter on the fact that there are still girls in the company that, you know, they were the models or they were the actresses or whatever, and they became wrestlers. People are still bitter because of that, and they see Nikki and Brie doing that. They're millionaires, they're kicking ass, and they feel some type of way about that. Some people feel that these wrestlers deserve this treatment more or better in these spots versus these wrestlers. It's like you don't look at the whole aspect of it. With this company, WWE, the Bellas, anyone who's on Total Divas, they're helping contribute money to the WWE.
Exactly.
To E! Network. So, of course, they're part of this whole revolution thing. Of course, so that's how the WWE looks at it. Not just the wrestling part of it, because we're still talking about...
It's entertainment. It's entertainment.
And that's why a lot of wrestling fans don't get. You're getting the glitz and the glamour, but also you're getting the action. It's a combination of both.
It's the work. It's the worth ethic of all of the women. Like, you had Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Bayley, and them putting in that work. Becky Lynch, they put in that work. They let people know, no, women can wrestle. And then you had Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Naomi, Natty on Total Divas, opening the doors to other eyes to come see what the women of WWE are about.
In a different view.
In a different view.
Like, okay,
different
I've
light.
seen the divas, like, going out with not just their friends and family, but I see them talking about the matches, talking about, okay, I'm going through this injury, talking about the finances, what they need to do to get to the next level. That's interesting to me, personally. I like it.
I like it too. So fuck you fans for saying that fucking bullshit about Nikki Bella. Like, I don't give a fuck. That shit pisses me off. Like, you can't go and take away from her to give it all to another woman. Like, that shit just pisses me off, and you guys just missed the fucking point. Like, this is when the Preacher James is gonna come out, because these fans are so stupid. Look, okay, now since we're on the Nikki Bella topic, Total Bella's debuted. It was great. I watched it. It was awesome. Guys, I'm sorry. I know some of the listeners, you guys asked me if I was gonna go over Total Bella's. No, I'm not gonna go over it. If anything interesting happens, I might mention it. It's just too much to cover. I'd rather cover what's going on in wrestling. But it was good. It was good. I loved it. It was a great show. That's what I'll say about it. I loved Brie Bella putting Cena together. I thought that was classic. But what I will say with Nikki Bella, we all know that she's doing Dancing with the Stars now, right? And I'm already seeing a lot of hate from the Bella haters. They're like, oh, fuck her. Why is she doing? She don't even know how to dance. All this bullshit. I'm like, guys, really? She's representing WWE in a major televised national show, Dancing with the Stars, that they have all celebrities from all walks of life are on this show. It's a popular show. My mom watches Dancing with the Stars. She don't watch WWE. She don't know what the fuck is going on in WWE. My mom found out about Normani from Fifth Harmony off Dancing with the Stars, and she loves Normani now. You know what I mean? It's just gonna open the eyes, and then you're gonna be, now she's like interested. She's like, oh, she's in a band, and I'm like, yeah, she's in a band. I told her about the band, played the music. She's like, oh, she's cute. I like her. Now Normani has a fan in a different age group. You know what I mean? Because she did a show like Dancing with the Stars, and then it opened the doors for her group members. Like, oh, she's in a band. Let me check out this band. Oh, I like this girl. This girl is pretty. Oh, I like this one. Oh, this one looks like, you know what I mean? It opens the door for other people. And fans don't realize that. Oh, they're hating like, why is she on there? This should be Summer Rae's gig. They should give this to Summer Rae. I'm like, when I saw a tweet about Summer Rae on Dancing with the Stars, I said, oh my God, I completely forgot about Summer Rae. No shade to Summer Rae.
Yeah.
Completely forgot. I was like, you guys are that hateful, that shady towards Nikki. You hate this girl that much that you're going to go and say that she doesn't need to be on the show. They need to put another woman. You're going to put one woman down in WWE who's trying to open the doors for other women in WWE to get that light. If Nikki Bella wins, WWE wins. You know why? Because ABC producers are going to see, like, you know, we got a good one from WWE. How about we try getting another one from WWE? And then, boom, we have another girl from WWE doing Dancing with the Stars. Or another TV show company could be like, you know, I like that girl from Total Divas that did Dancing with the Stars. Let me see if WWE has another girl for this reality show. You know what I mean? Like, now Nikki Bella's opening that floodgate for these women to generate that opportunity. So for fans to go and just bash her when she just got picked for this show and to say that she's not deserving, it's fucking stupid. And then at the end of the day, like her or not, you like wrestling, right? You're a wrestling fan. You love the women's division, right? Why aren't you going to support one of our girls who go out there and put her life on the line in that ring? This girl's battling 2 neck surgeries and she's healing up her recent one, and you guys won't even go support her, who entertains us weekly with the other girls. Like, Nikki Bella's not having matches by her fucking self, you idiots. She's working with other women together, and they elevate each other. I just don't understand the hatred for it. You gotta support Nikki Bella. So all I'm gonna say is, for all the listeners out there, even though some people are like, oh, votes don't count, blah 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 blah, at least tweet about it. Tweet about your support for Nikki Bella. Just show the power of a WWE fan. That's all I'm saying. Show your power of being a WWE fan, and show ABC that us WWE fans are loyal and we don't play around, and we want our girl Nikki Bella to do well on this show. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't gotta, like, Summer Rae's not on the fucking show, so why are you gonna put her in comparison with Summer Rae? Put her in comparison with another bitch on the show. Like, I can't. What are you guys' thoughts? I have to preach. I just can't.
I totally agree. I think having those different medias helps the wrestlers. I know for me, when I watched Total Divas, I couldn't stand the Bella Twins before Total Divas.
Me either.
To be honest, I could not stand Nikki Bella or Brie Bella. I thought they were just 2 little hoes. Honestly, you know, but like
just basic and generic. They were just basic and generic.
But then watching the show and getting to know more about them and how different they are, I thought, okay, I can go with the Bella Twins. I like them now, you know, and I'm all for it. You know, right now with the whole the doll line that's coming out, or it's already out right now. I saw some guy on social media talking shit about, like, why are they making dolls for the kids?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dude, you don't even get it. Like, it's more money for the company. You know what I'm saying? And then right there, you're opening up doors for toy collectors.
Exactly.
You know, people just don't get that shit. They don't get it. Sources of income. They don't get that stuff. They don't get thinking outside the box. Having a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. You know, having multiple plans. They don't get it.
They probably want a Brock Lesnar Barbie doll, I guess. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
I remember that.
It just doesn't make any damn sense to me. Like, it's another lucrative product that you want to get into. Like, little girls love Barbie dolls, and they even add another dynamic to the whole Barbie doll thing now with different looks. Like, all of the girls look different. You had a redhead, you had a brown girl, you have a black girl, you have the two Spanish girls, you have a redhead, you have a blonde, you have all kinds. And for people to sit there and just bash them off of Barbie dolls, like, really, you guys are just so close-minded, just so close.
And also, to compete, also at the same time, you ever notice those one dolls? They call them the DC superhero dolls, right?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, they're competing with those dolls because they have the same body type where you can move them and all, and they can do action poses, you know?
Yeah, I saw those.
And that's money right there. So,
cool.
I don't know, people are dumb.
So that's that. That's how I feel about the whole Nikki Bella situation and what's going on with her and Dance with the Stars. I wish her the best. I'm going to be watching Dance with the Stars. I haven't watched in many seasons, but I will be checking it out because I'm going to support Nikki Bella. Like Kelly. Everybody gave her shit when she did WAGs. Oh, fuck Kelly. Fuck. Oh, she's stupid. I'm like, you guys don't even support her. Like, she's doing something. Like, what's your fave doing? What's AJ Lee doing? Especially the AJ Lee fans. Let me tell you something. AJ Lee abandoned you guys. She left. She left you guys all alone, okay? So stop with the Nikki Bella hate, because I know it's you guys that hate on Nikki Bella because they feel like Nikki Bella killed AJ Lee's career. No, AJ Lee fucking killed her own career. She fell in love and she said, fuck you guys, and she was out, period. Nikki Bella is still there busting her ass for her fucking fans, neck and all. So I don't want to hear that shit. Fucking.
Yeah, it makes you wonder who has the real passion for it.
Yeah,
I think
who?
AJ Lee does, but you see Nikki risking her life for this sport. Who has a real passion for it?
For real.
You know?
The girl can wake up tomorrow and not be able to walk, and you guys are over here giving her shit. Like, I don't want to hear it. So shout out to you, Nikki Bella. Do your thing. I think you're gonna do great. You have a personality. She's funny. She has a great look. She can move. We all seen her move in the ring, so it's gonna be nice to see, can she translate this into dance movement. So I'm excited to see her. But listeners, you guys know I don't come on this show without the tea. I got the tea. Everybody come in close. Come in close. All right. You guys know that there's a wrestler's brother that was charged with murder, and he was sentenced to 15 years in jail. A current WWE superstar, and he's pretty popular. And his brother, Dolph Ziggler's brother.
I was gonna say, was it Ziggler?
Yes. His brother, Darnell Nemeth, was sentenced 15 years for murder of one of his close friends. That's pretty crazy. And Dolph Ziggler has yet to mention it. Dolph Ziggler won't talk about it. Apparently, him and Dolph Ziggler have some issues. And what led to this is because his brother was involved with drugs. It was a whole drug thing. They were in a hotel. It was something with money, drug money. And the person that it was two men that got charged for this, and they're both blaming the shooting on each other. So they both got 15 years to life.
Just 15 years from 15 to life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So it's a fucking mess right now. It is what it is. No, I think just his brother got 15 years. I think the other guy got 25 to life.
Damn.
I'm not sure, but it's pretty crazy. That's some deep shit. And I also got some more teeth for you guys. And then I gotta digress a bit. You know, there's 2 shots, Sam, bitch. You know, I'll pour these shots. I got another one coming. Brandy Rhodes has been posting little screenshots and stuff with her sitting in front of a green screen, so getting fans talking about like, oh, what is she doing? What's she doing? Well, I can let you all know that Brandy is gonna be on WAGs Atlanta, and WAGs is the television show that Kelly is on. Kelly does the LA version, and they have a Miami one, and now they're going to have the Atlanta one. And it looks like Brandy Rhodes will be on WAGs Atlanta. Allegedly, that's what's going on. It's pretty much, that's where she's from, and I can see her doing that. And her husband's a wrestler, and she already has a built-in storyline. She's a wrestler too, and I use the word wrestler really loosely. Really loosely, because I feel
We've
like...
had this chat this week.
Girl, I had to tell the listeners, if you guys have not seen that, yo, I don't want to be mean, because I haven't seen anybody as bad as that since Rosa. Like, I got Rosa Mendes vibes, like maybe even worse.
I've never seen
Jackie Gator debut match vibes.
I've never seen her wrestle before, but I have seen photos of her landing on thumbtacks. I've seen that before.
I mean, anybody can fall on thumbtacks. She.
Really? I know I can't. Sure.
Josh, if I pick you up and throw you, you're gonna hit those damn thumbtacks. Either if you land gracefully or not, it's gonna hurt. Okay, but the girl cannot wrestle. Like, all right, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Even though I like Brandy, she's a beautiful girl, beautiful spirit. Girl, wrestling is not for you. It's not for you. It's not for everybody. And oh my God, this clip, she was so afraid to hurt the other girl. Like, she really doesn't want to hurt the other person, and she doesn't want to get hurt. She doesn't want to get hurt herself, and she looks afraid in that ring, and it's like so painful to watch. But I see her trying hard. But Brandy girl, you should know what your abilities are. Like, you should know what you can do and what you can't do yet. Don't be like, the girl couldn't even do like a schoolgirl roll up yet. Like, it was bad. And I hate to say it because I was one of the people that championed Brandy when she was with WWE. I really liked her. Remember Sam, Nick? Nick would always throw shade at her announcing. I loved her announcing. I thought she was a great backstage interviewer. I feel like if she was still with WWE, she would have been a great manager for her husband. But not wrestling is not for you, girl. That's why when she first started training and then she stopped, I see exactly why WWE was like, girl, no, we're not gonna. No, there's other roles for you, girl. And WWE. And then Sam, you try to place blame on WWE. What the fuck was that? So Sam, now that I got you, I want you to explain. Go ahead.
They should have trained her more.
Okay, that's it.
Because like other girls that were doing.
Okay,
like,
Sam, hold on. Can you teach? Could you teach?
No.
Okay, go on.
No. Bitch, I'm talking.
Go. I'll let you hang yourself.
Other girls that have done like in-ring work and announcing have had the ability to carry on, and if they haven't worked out, they've got rid of them. Like, prime example, Devin Taylor. She was doing the backstage interview and stuff like that, and she was actually okay at that. She wasn't awful.
She was terrible.
But she wasn't awful.
She was awful.
She wasn't awful. She wasn't the best. Her in-ring work was terrible. So they just got rid of her. So if they can't do it all, get rid of them. They kept Brandy. They kept her going. So they should have taught her more. That's my opinion of it.
Okay.
Opinions like arseholes. Everyone's got one.
Okay. I get what you're saying, Sam, about the training thing, but okay. All right. I buy a horse, right? I'm not comparing her to a horse. All right. I buy a horse, right? I can't teach this horse to do a fucking backflip. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So I feel like WWE they brought her in, like you brought up to Devin Taylor, and they trained her, blah blah blah. She was horrible backstage, and she was horrible in the ring, and she was a waste of money. So they were like, no, we gotta get rid of her, usher her out. And then you had Brandy. They were like, all right, she's so bad in the ring, but she's really good at announcing. She's really good at interviewing people. We can use that. So WWE took her from what she's good at, and they used it to her full potential. And this girl was announcing WrestleManias. Like, that's her spot. Same thing with JoJo. Even though I feel like JoJo can be a wrestler, but WWE right now is really content in JoJo in her role. And JoJo seems to be fine by it because she's not making any waves on social media. She's another one. She's like Alicia Fox. They must hang out together. They don't have service. They must have T-Mobile or Boost Mobile or whatever. Any shitty service, that's what they got. Because they never tweet anything. And I feel like with Brandy, I don't think WWE did any disservice to her. If anything, I feel like WWE did her right. WWE protected her. WWE gave her a name, and we know her. So I can't blame WWE for her having poor matches like that now when her husband's a wrestler. You mean to tell me she can't sit with her husband and be like, babe, what do I need to do? And I'm sure he's telling her, giving her tips like, hey, you need to do this. But the thing is, Brandy needs to get out of her fucking head. She's too afraid, and it shows. You have any thoughts?
Yeah, I get that. I understand that completely.
What about you, Josh? Any thoughts on Brandy?
She was perfect in the WWE as an announcer.
Right.
I'm not saying she was
a Barbie doll.
Not you. Nick did. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah. When she was in WWE as an announcer, she was a Barbie doll dipped in chocolate.
Yes.
That's what I see with Brandy Rose. She doesn't need to wrestle. She just needs to be put on the shelf, let her announce, and that's it. And that's no shade to her.
Shade.
That's a job.
It's a job.
That's money in your pocket.
It's a position. It's needed. Like JoJo, like everybody's like, oh, JoJo needs to wrestle, blah, blah, blah. I agree. Like, I was like, yeah, I would like to see JoJo wrestle. Is it needed? Absolutely not. It's not needed. You know why? JoJo has a job. She's in a good position. We all know her name. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, she's fine. Like, there's a role for everybody in wrestling. And Brandy's in the wrong role. That's all I'm saying. Like, Rosa Mendez, that girl was in the wrong role for a long time. And she should have been a valet from the beginning to end in her career. And I feel like she could have been like a Miss Elizabeth. That's a stretch. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but I feel like
you reaching.
I'm reaching, but she could have went into that level. Remember, Melina was a great manager. Miss Elizabeth was a great manager. Luna was a great manager. Sherry Martel was a great manager because, you know, and I feel like if they put Rosa Mendez in that role with a superstar that she had a long-term run with, I feel like she would have strided that way. Like, it would have been great for her. But, you know, they make mistakes. And Brandy, girl...
Her and Del Rio would have been good together.
They would have been amazing together, but he didn't want to work with a woman. He didn't want to work with her. And he fucked up. But it is what it is. And then the Bella twins wanted to work with Del Rio, and once again, he said no. He didn't want it. So, it's his fucking fault. I guess now he'll probably take Paige, but it is what it is. But, yeah, that's how I feel about Brandy. That's the tea, guys, and we really had to get into it, and I like that. I like that Sam was like, no, blame it on WWE, but it is what it is. That's how he feels. Sam feels like WWE should have probably locked her in the Performance Center until the lights go off or whatever. Like,
no,
you're going to learn.
You sound like the wrong person. She was the greatest announcer, not the greatest, the best announcer they had.
Yeah,
I do think that.
I preferred her over
JoJo. I said that from the beginning, because her voice was very distinctive, very raspy, and I really liked it. But they could have done more with her in ring. That's all I'm saying.
In ring?
And let's just what?
Oh, okay. All right. We just don't agree on that. I get
Let's just leave it there.
Yeah. Okay, all right. We see each other. We don't agree, but we see each other. All right. Now, speaking of the girls, WWE 2K, what is it, 2K18?
18.
I know. I almost said 19. I'm like, girl, I'm skipping years now. I'm trying to rush life. So it's announced that we have 29 playable women in the game this year, which is huge. And I believe we're going to get a downloadable content of Beth Phoenix because they always add in a Hall of Famer. So I think it's going to round up to 30 women, and I'm super excited. But Sam, what do you have to say about this? I know you're really excited.
They've said that there's another reveal next week.
That's what I heard. Now, do we know if it's going to be... I think it's going to be the downloadable content.
I think it'll be the downloadable content stuff.
Yes.
Because of my slight anger. And then...
Liv.
Okay, so basically, I'm annoyed that Liv Morgan is not in the game.
Oh, God. You're the only one, but go on.
No, only because, like, she's done well. She's done alright for herself.
Yeah.
But you have Sawyer Fulton in this game.
I don't even know who he is.
Exactly. You have TM61, which I'm actually happy about her in the game.
I know.
But they haven't really done anything.
They got injured. One of them is injured, that's why.
Exactly. So, but the fact that Sawyer Fulton is in this game, who is injured as well, pisses me off. But
Liv has been in random matches. I saw the
But she has had matches still.
But Sam, we got the icons. We got Nikki Cross.
I'm happy about that. But even that, she's annoyed by it as well because she tweeted it.
Yeah, like, of course, because she's going to jump in with her fans and everything, but I'm sorry, like, I'm okay with that roster. I think they did an amazing job.
No, it's a great roster, don't get me wrong, but she was one of the ones I was excited for, and I'm really hoping that the UK guys are going to be on the DLCs.
I mean, from Ember, Asuka, the Iconic Duo, Nikki Cross, that's 5 girls from NXT. Yeah. I mean, like, I can't ask for more. I'm sorry. Liv next year. Next year, girl. That's all I gotta say. Next year. It's okay.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, I'm sure I have a good downloaded creator wrestler, Liv Morgan. I'm sure somebody will whip up a good one, Sam, and you won't even realize it. Because I have a good Aaliyah one too, and I have a good Liv Morgan, and I am.
So do I.
I'm content. Yeah, and I think just great. So let it go, girl. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. Josh, you don't play, right? Do you game with the? Do you play the WWE video games?
I may. Well, I'll try.
I dabble.
But I know who's in it. Jacqueline's in it, isn't she?
Yes.
Jacqueline, she's in it, right?
And I agree.
So I may play for those two.
Yeah, they were in it last year as well.
Yeah.
All right. So do you guys want to stick around for some listener questions with me?
I would love to.
Lovely. We got a couple over here. Hold on, let me pull them up real quick. Okay. All right, let's see. Our first question is from Sunday Candy 94, and he asks, "Who do you think should be the NXT Women's Champion?" Hashtag listening crew. For me, I'll start off right off the bat. If I was to just place it, let's just say if we were to do the Kevin Owens Triple H treatment, where Triple H just placed the championship on someone, I would probably give it to Amber. Just to get it going, if I was to pick somebody right away.
To get the fire going.
Yeah, it would be Amber.
Oh, puns.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah, I put on Amber too.
Sam?
Icons.
Icons? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either the Icons or maybe even Ruby. I think Ruby would make a good champ.
I wanted to say Ruby because when we spoke ages ago, well, not ages ago, probably on the last time I did a show with you, I said I was looking forward to a Ruby and Abby rivalry.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, we have another question from King JJ130. He asks, "Who had the better first year, Alexa Bliss or Charlotte?" I'm going to have to go with Charlotte. I feel like Charlotte had iconic matches. Charlotte had a storyline. Charlotte smacked her dad. Charlotte...
Do you mean, like, first year main roster?
Yeah, first year main roster.
She was undefeated for, like, however many.
Yeah, you got to...
So
I'm
has to be
Charlotte.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
I would say Charlotte too, but the only criticism I have about Charlotte is that I remember when she became the Divas Champion the first time, and she was just there. She just wasn't doing anything with the Divas Championship. It wasn't her fault, but that's one thing that stood out to me. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, because I feel like they were in that transition stage. They were getting ready to bring in the championship, so they didn't want to do too much with the Divas Championship. They just wanted Charlotte to be the last Divas Champion.
Yeah.
So, all right, we have another question from King JJ130. He asks, "Which women do you think has the best and worst DDT finish?" Personally, I think Paige has the best and Alexa has the worst. That's a good question. The best DDT finisher, the most iconic one for me would probably be Maurice. I loved the hair flip DDT. I thought that was cute, and I liked how the girls roll out. And for the worst, it's probably Alexa. It's just a DDT. It's nothing spectacular about it. What about you, Sam?
I totally agree on Paige's. I think it's one of my favorite finishers.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is the Rampage?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for the worst, I don't mean it in a bad way, but I really don't like Mickey James's.
I don't like it either.
Dated. It's really dated now. The and then does it. No.
That's probably my worst too. What about you, Josh? I think Josh agrees.
Yeah, Maurice was the best one because she put like just
her own to it.
Glamour and high fashion. And
yeah.
She put just being fierce and the hair and the sparkles and just she made it really just I don't know. There's something really high fashion about it.
She made it her own.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with Sam about Mickey James. It was very, very kind of hillbilly-ish in a way, and just hey guys, hey, kind of a goofball drunk or something. I don't know.
All right, we have another question from King JJ130. He sent us 3 questions. He asks, "Do you think Emma, Nia, Dana, or the Icons will ever be women's champion?" Yes, we talked about that earlier. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they put the belt on Emma. Maybe I would be surprised, but Nia I could definitely see becoming champion, and maybe even Peyton. I could see Peyton, or maybe even Billy. So yeah, I could see. Yeah,
who were the women on the list again? Sorry, go on, go through them.
It's Emma,
yes.
Nia, Dana, and the Icons.
No. Yes.
Okay. What about you, Josh?
I could see Dana being the champion as a face. Mm-hmm. I could see Emma being the champion as a heel character. Nia being the champion as a heel. As far as who else? The Iconic Duo.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. See, it's kind of like going to the whole Lay Cool territory,
which was amazing.
So, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't, but it's just, I kind of see them repeating that again if those two became the champion.
And Vince loves a duo.
Yeah, so I could too.
All right, we have another question from Sunday Candy 94. He asked, what? Wait, hold on. I gotta read this because I think he misspelled something. Oh, okay. He asked, what was your dream job when you were younger? Listening crew. My dream job was to be in the WWE, doing anything. Like, I would like rub oil on Adam Cole in NXT backstage. Like, I'll take Gigi's job. When Gigi said that she'd want to be the baby oil girl. What about you, Josh? Was it to be in the military? This could be anything.
Well, it was to be an astronaut, but then I grew up and I found out my fear of heights, so no, I'm good. That wasn't to be an astronaut.
What about you, Samuel?
When I was younger, I used to want to be a singer. But then I used to want to be like a stylist and stuff like that, and I'm not a barber now, am I? So I'm kind of living the childhood dream.
I always knew I wanted to work on something with entertainment. It's just something I always wanted. I like to create. That's what I like to do. All right.
I went through a phase of wanting to be a fireman, so I don't do that anymore.
A stripper one? Sam, actually, I watched a good movie, and I think you would enjoy
I love
it.
how you say a stripper, and then you go, oh, Sam.
No,
Yes.
I watched the show because Colton Haynes was in it, and he looked really good, and he played a stripper. It was a movie, Rough Night.
Rough Night?
Yes.
Oh my god, I watched it.
Do you like it? I loved it. I thought it was so funny.
I thought it was really funny.
And I'm not a big comedy guy. Like,
Well, the girl from Broad City's in it, isn't she? And
Yes.
that starts next week.
I like the big girl, the chunky friend. Like, she was funny.
She was funny.
So that was good. Okay, we have
Okay, Kiwi.
we have another question from Anthony Fearless A1. How can I get up in this podcast? Laughing my ass out loud. I don't know. Like, I randomly ask people to come on. Like, I asked Sam to jump in today. I asked Josh yesterday. So it just depends on my mood. If you say something interesting, like I've been talking to Josh and Sam, they've been saying things that I actually wanted to have a conversation about. So if you spark my interest into a conversation, I'll ask you to come on and talk about it. So that's how I feel.
Oh.
But what about you guys? Do you guys, I don't know, how do you feel a listener can get on the podcast? What about you, Josh?
Okay, so for me, it's like, I try to watch, wrestling as much as I can.
Yes, be informed. You have to know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, be informed. So you just can't come in there with, like, oh, well, this girl wrestled, and she was okay. No, actually know who the wrestlers are, their storylines, what do you think that they can do to improve their character and get more TV time and get more exposure? To me, that's the best. And also just be honest with yourself. And, if you don't like someone, just say it. You don't like this person. I don't say, I don't like Sasha or I don't like Alexis. Be honest with it. Don't lie about it.
Yeah, be honest. That's the key. What about you, Sam?
That's what we do. We're all honest. Just, like, send a lot into us, be a regular name.
Yes.
Be someone that we know about. Like, there's a lot of people who send in questions all the time, and they're always interacting with us all. Like, even, but they won't just tweet just the Real Siren Guys account. They'll tweet James, they'll tweet me, they'll tweet Nick, they'll tweet all of us, and I think, getting your name out that way, it does help us, because then we're like,
conversation.
Oh, wait, this guy spoke a bit. Exactly. It's the best way for it to be.
Yeah, I'm not going to just...
And we're not horrible people, we're nice people.
Yeah.
We're always going to talk back. We're not going to ignore you.
I respond to everybody who tweets me. It's all about having a conversation with me, because I'm just not going to ask you to come on because you liked my status or something. Like, it has to be... I have to have some interest. We have to have some chemistry.
And please, without sounding negative, but we've talked about this in the past, be 18 or over. Yeah,
that's another thing. I would say 18 and older because we talk about cock and tits on this show. So
I have a really funny dick story to tell you later.
Ooh, I love me a good dick story. So we had another question from Anthony Fearless A1. He asked, this is a good question, and I'm glad you guys are here to answer this with me. He asked, do you think the LGBT community helped the women in WWE? And why do most LGBT people connect mostly with the women? I think this was a great question. See, smart questions like that, bitch, will get you onto this damn show. I do think that the LGBT community helped out the women's division. Hello, we're here. So yeah, like WWE has stole many ideas from us on this show on NXT. I don't care what anybody says. They've dibbled and dabbled in here. And for the second part, what do most people, gay people, I feel like we connect with the women because
They are right. Okay, so I can answer this.
like for me personally, I love a damsel in distress. The first time that I watched wrestling was I told the story before. Terry Runnels was getting choked by Kane, and I was like, oh my God, who's gonna save her? What is this? You know what I mean? I love a damsel in distress. I love a superhero story, and I love women who kick ass. Like I love an action movie with girls who are strong that kick ass. I don't know. I just live for it. I love powerful women. What about you, Josh?
It's the same thing. I've always been a big fan of, Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
Or Sailor Moon, or anything dealing with action and glamour coming together. So,
yes.
So when it comes to wrestling, I remember watching Sable, seeing her and her go up against Luna Vachon, and her going up against Jacqueline, and just seeing that evolve. So, and on top of that, the costumes and the outfits that they wear is basically borderline RuPaul's Drag Race in a way sometimes.
You know what you just reminded me of, Josh? You know how they say like gays love theater? Like gays love theater. WWE is like theater. It's a play. It's a live action play.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason why we like the women too. It's drama. It's a TV show. What about you, Sam? What are your thoughts?
So like,
do you think the LGBT community helped the women's revolution? And
yeah, so like the women, they're always kind of like portrayed as like the weaker sex and kind of thing, and it's like, oh well, the women can't do what men can do, and then it's a lot of the time it's like, well, gay men can't do what straight men can do.
Yes,
so it's kind of like we're on the same sort of like competing level, and now that women are proving that what they can do, we're proving what like we can do as a homosexual community. So yeah, we definitely help each other out, and all this like powerful women is like, it is brought on by gay men, and I do believe that it is like we're the driving force. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like,
because think of all like how much notability has women's wrestling got, right? I can't really name a lot of female wrestling fans.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. So there's a lot of.
Oh, they exist, bitch.
I know they exist.
Woo!
But, like,
I
personally don't know a lot of them.
Did I tell you about me getting?
A lot of the gay fans that I know all love women's wrestling.
Yeah, we like the men too for obvious reasons. Hey. But the women, you better be careful, Sam, because I got like major backlash from women wrestling fans, and they do exist.
No, I'm not kicking up about it. I'm just saying that I don't personally see them a lot. And if you are a female wrestling fan, you listen to this, great, message me. It'd be like nice to chat to you.
No, actually, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. You need to go search up the hashtag that says wrestling girls break the internet. It's a whole hashtag, and I stupidly tweeted this, the hashtag, without looking into it. I did look into it, and all I saw was like Paul Heyman girls. Like they were all like those Paul Heyman hustle girls, like pictures coming up. So I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are people trying to get likes off wrestling and posting up like these models? I was like, you're not real wrestling fans. Post wrestling merch. Like I was talking about these Instagram models I was seeing, and then I found out that they were like Heyman girls, and like fans were posting it. And then the hashtag, some girl that's like a blogger who does all this stuff for like women's wrestling fans that get harassed at shows and stuff like that by men, and that they're not treated fairly, and like other like men that watch wrestling act like they don't exist. Like she had like a big following, and she retweeted me and threw some shade at me, and then all her followers like started like attacking me. I was like, oh yes, bitch. I was like, well, damn.
I'm not attacking them. I'm just saying, make yourself.
No, I know.
That's all.
No, I know you're not. But I was just like, Sam, I felt the same way as you. I was like, well, I don't know many women wrestling fans. Like the only one I know is like that I know personally would probably be Gigi and Brandy. Like those are the two that I know. Like there's not many, and most of them are gay boys that like women's wrestling. But and then there's those straight guys that appreciate women wrestling too. So I give you guys your share, and you guys probably listening to the show too as well. So shout out to you. Now we have another, and I like that question, Anthony. That was a good question.
Great question.
So it sparked conversation. See, stuff like that will get you onto the show. And you know what, Anthony, you've been listening for the show. You've been a rider for so long. I will invite you onto the show. So here's your invitation.
If you're 18.
How would no? I think he is 18. He's so cute. Him and his boyfriend, they go on all these little trips together. They post it on social media. It's just adorable. Do you follow him?
Stalker.
That's not a stalker. I hate you, man. You know what, Anthony? You go get this bitch, okay? You get him for me and bring me his head, all right? All right, we have a question from our other shady bitch. I wish he was here to drag you, Sam. Nicholas Aiken, Prince Pipe Bomb.
That bitch.
Nick says in the question, and he asks, which women do you think will make the cut this year for DLC? If you had to pick 4 women who aren't on the roster, who would you choose? I'll let you go first, Sam.
Liv. But she's not going to be DLC. Actually, let me take her out because she's not making DLC.
No, this is
Ruby?
your choice. This is your choice. If
my
you
choice.
could
Okay.
choose.
Liv, Ruby, Beth, and Lana.
Okay. For me, it would be Bianca Belair.
Has Tamina made the game? Yeah, she has, hasn't she?
Yes, Tamina made the game.
Yeah.
Summer Rae didn't make it, did she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, okay.
She was in the first set of women.
Okay. I can't think of 4 women, to be honest. I just want Bianca Belair in every mold. I want her hair down. I want the braid, and I want her with the mini skirt attire, and then I want her with the shorts one. So mine would be Bianca Belair. I can't think of, and maybe Tessa Blanchard. I like Tessa Blanchard, but I'll download a good one of her. But what about you, Josh?
Tony this time around.
Josh, you have any girls that you'd like in the game?
Okay, I got some throwbacks.
Okay, that's fine.
Jazz.
That's a good one.
If they have the license to get Karma, that'd be pretty cool to see her.
Mm-hmm.
And Sable. I've always been a big Sable fan, and probably, I guess, maybe I'll throw it out there. Tori Wilson.
That would be a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You know
I think
that
Tori would come back as a great manager.
you know that Karma was in the game before us, Josh, right?
She was?
Yeah, she was in
she won
2.
2 games.
Which one? 16 and 17?
14 and 15, I think it is.
Okay.
Okay, Nick asks a second question. He goes, when do you think Zelina Vega will make her in-ring debut? Do you see her as championship material? You know, Nick, here's the thing. I love me a manager. I love a girl that gets the opportunity to talk. So I'm not seeing her as a wrestler yet in WWE, even though I know she's capable. But I just want her to develop a character before I could even say I can see her as a champion in WWE, or I can see her as a wrestler. Like, I'm not even thinking about that yet. I'm not. So what about you, Sam? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm happy for her to be a manager for a while.
Yeah.
But I would like maybe when they decide what to do with the NXT Women's Championship, if, for example, it is a battle royal, I doubt it will be, but if it is, it'd be nice to have her enter and just win it, but like sneakily at the end and be like, yeah, so I'm the champion now, and then not have to defend it and just be this mouthpiece.
What are your thoughts, Josh?
I like her as a manager. I think she's perfect as a manager right now. And so how we talked earlier about, if you're in this particular role and you're good at it, stick to it for now before we move on to another role. So I would like to see her as a manager, not as a champion anytime soon. I think that
we know she can wrestle.
Good. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like if she's really good at managing, which I think she is, keep her that way. Then when the time is right, depending on the storyline, then let her wrestle. I would like to see her. It'd be interesting to see her try to be a hybrid of a manager and a wrestler, where she's the champion, but at the same time, I guess she's promoting herself or somebody's promoting her.
Or
I don't know how that'd be done, but-
or she can, you know how you guys were talking about how they're gonna bring in that middleweight championship, like the mid card title. She could manage CS to get that championship and then go get the women's championship herself. So then
that's right. Power couple.
yeah, that would work the way that you're talking about, Josh. But we have another question from Bella K. Royce, one of my faves.
Yeah.
Bella K. Royce asks, "Who do you see getting signed from the Mae Young Classic? If we could pick one, who would I? Oh man, this is tough. Can we just do two? Let's do two. I really want.
Aren't already signed.
Yeah, that aren't already signed. Rhea would be one for me.
She's signed.
Is she signed?
Yeah, I'm sure she's signed.
And
I
then
had a list before of the ones that got signed. Just give me like a second to grab it.
No.
I would.
Because loads of them have already.
Josh, do you have any?
I know I want.
And then Tessa. I would say Tessa Blanchard. I would like to see signed, and Leah and Piper. I mean, a lot of them, to be honest. What about you, Josh?
Yeah. For me, it's Kari Sane. I love Kari Sane.
She's signed.
She's signed already?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sticking to her regardless.
Okay.
I love her character. I love the whole pirate gimmick. I feel like I'm watching Soul Calibur, the video game.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You know, I love the
Good
elbow.
comparison.
That's why I feel I'm playing Soul Calibur.
Rhea is signed, by the way.
Is she?
Right, yeah. Abby, Bianca, Dakota, Kyrie, Lacey, Raina, Rhea, Sage, Sarah, Taynara, Vanessa Bourne, and Zeta. So I would say Piper and Tony.
Rena Gonzalez is signed?
Yeah, she is. She's been signed for a while.
Oh, now I know who she is. You know, like, because
Victoria Gonzalez, she's signed as.
Oh, okay. Now I know who she is because the whole time she had the hat on and that mask thing, I was like, who is this girl? I don't know her. And then when I watched her wrestle, I really liked her in the ring. At first, she seemed very bland, but watching her wrestle, I was like, yo, this girl can move. She got some go with her. So,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we have another question.
She's already signed. So yeah, mine is.
Go ahead.
Tony and Piper.
Okay, good choices. I like Piper. You're going to like Piper, Josh. She's going to surprise you. Okay.
What does she look like?
She's the big girl.
You'll know.
You'll know.
She's the German one? The German?
No.
Scottish?
Okay.
Is she?
Scottish.
Yeah. Real.
A thick Scottish girl.
She reminds me of Rusev.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I've seen pictures of her.
You know how Rusev is big, but he can move? Like, she's like that. Okay. Random Guy 1 asks, what's your opinion of stupid closed-minded people who say the new WWE dolls are strictly for girls and not for little boys? Pay that to the fucking birds, you idiot, because I used to play with Barbie dolls growing up and I turned out just fine. So I play with Barbies.
Weird.
How do you guys feel? Like, I know, Josh, you collect Sailor Moon dolls. Like, okay. Like,
it's for anyone who has the money. That's what it is.
Ooh!
That's where I look at it.
Eh.
If you got the money to buy it,
Ooh.
buy
You tried it.
Then please.
Damn right.
If you're, seriously, if whatever you buy is between yourself and the store, if no one is putting money into your bank account, why do you give 2 shits?
Exactly.
Point blank period. That's what I look at.
So little boys, buy your fucking Bailey Barbie dolls if you want. Like, fuck everybody else. Buy it. So
It's 2017.
fuck out of here. Some
People
bullshit.
can identify as a paperclip. I'm pretty sure boys can play with dolls.
Okay, so he asked the second question. He asked, which wrestler would you like to interview? I personally found this podcast from the Daria interview. If I could interview anybody right now, today.
That was a good interview, though.
That's a good question. And it was a good interview. I forget, I think you did it? Was it you and
It
Nick?
was me and Nick.
Yeah. If I can interview anybody right now, whose story I would probably do Bianca because I love her, and then probably Charlotte. It would either be between Bianca and Charlotte because those are 2 of my girls. So what about you, Sammy?
Carmella, obviously, has to be on that list. She's my girl. And I would actually quite like to meet Tony.
Okay.
Because I'd be like, why did you cancel my event?
What about you, Josh?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question again?
If you could interview any women's wrestler right now, who would it be?
Oh, golly. I would have to say I can interview anybody. It would have to be probably. Can I pick 2?
Yeah.
We picked 2, so you might as well.
Oh, Naomi,
Okay.
because I want to know where did she go to get her hair to glow like that? How did you come up with that gimmick? I gotta know. Like, what was that? I have to know the concept behind that.
Oh, well, bitch. Did you listen to her Talk is Jericho interview?
No, I guess I've listened to that.
Yes, you do. She explained everything.
Okay, well that, and then also I would have to interview probably. I'll say it, Sasha Banks. Okay. I like to know her gimmick. Why did she come up with the boss gimmick and her wrestling? You know, she used to wrestle guys. You know, when she first started out. I like to know how does that differ now to today. You know, so probably those two. Yeah,
that's good. Well, that concludes our Q&A. I want to thank all the listeners that sent in questions this week. Once again, you guys came through. So I can't wait to see what else you guys are going to ask next week. And don't forget to leave comments on the YouTube page. And then head on over to iTunes and give us a 5-star and give me a review like I'm your best friend that you're trying to get hired at your job. So lie, bitch, and just say it's amazing. Okay? So I just want to thank the listeners for the outpouring support. You guys are amazing. And I want to thank Josh and Sam Pelly the brand for joining me. We've been talking for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, guys. Like, this is probably the longest show I've done in recent history. It's crazy.
I ran a bath before the show started and I was going to get in it and I thought, I'll let it cool down. It's going to be ice cold now.
I know. So, Sam, you want to give out your credentials where people can follow you at?
My credentials? Oh, wow. Yes, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at sampele_. And that's where I buy it, really, because I don't really use much anything else anymore.
What about you, Josh? Where can the listeners follow you at?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh Tech Soldier.
Amazing. And you guys can follow me under every social media platform under, you already know, Jimmy Vibes. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. And this is a 2-hour and fucking 30-minute show, so you guys have the whole fucking weekend to listen to it. So I might be back next Thursday, but I'm trying to push it for Thursday. I have a couple of things coming up, but I'll let you guys know on social media. Well, thank you guys.
And wish me luck for tomorrow, because I have my driving theory test.
Oh, well, everybody tweet Sam good luck. Good luck, Sammy.
Thank you.
Toodaloo.
1 p.m. UK time.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.